Hello. Hello. Test. Can you hear? I need to make sure. Yve. Hello. Hi. Sorry, I have to do audio testing right now. I did it yesterday. Because I was doing a lot of setup before we started stream today, but Yve doesn't want. Like, my laptop does not like streaming. It does not. But I don't feel like moving my entire computer setup back over into a kitchen area, so it's just what you're gonna have to deal. What I guys gotta deal with. Just doing some final checks. Okay. Good. I think we are all good and set and ready. Okay. Hi, it's me. I'm really loud. I'm so sorry. Hi, it's me, the local virtual baker. Yesterday? Still a baker? I mean, kinda not. But hi, hello, it's me. We're doing a lot of stuff and things today, so I hope you're excited. We're gonna be doing so much, and I think it's gonna be a little fun. It's not gonna be like, oh, let me go into a whole deep explanation of and this like this and that. No, we're chilling today. We're just gonna be cooking some food, and I'm actually just gonna be having some fun here because a lot of the food that I am making is of Korean background. Fun fact, if you don't know Korean, but I am mostly comparable to a banana. Yellow on the outside, white on the inside. So, trying to get in tuned to myself, I guess. Trying to. Oh man, I'm strong, aren't I? I'm just gonna try and delve into that, and on top of how busy my week is this week, I thought it'd just be making more sense if I just tried to actually make sure I eat good this week. So, I have plenty of things, plenty of ideas of what I want to try and make. So, we're gonna do that. Now, I haven't really talked about it. If you are on my Discord, I have been talking about it. But, yeah, I have a lot of things I want to make today, and it's all for the ease of just making food so I can actually have something to eat during the week. There's nothing worse in the industry that I work in, where you have to cook all this food and you can't really eat any of it. I mean, you can. You have to taste it to make sure the food's good, but you can't sit down, have a nice meal, la di da di da. You know, it's really hard to do. So, what I'm doing, I wanted to try and make something that was nutrient dense, has a lot of carbs because carbs can turn into energy, and just trying to make myself happy. A novel concept for myself, but I want to try and have a little bit of fun while eating this. So that's why I'm trying to go with some Korean heritage. And along with that, there is also something I wanted to try to make because it was one of the best things and weirdest things I've ever eaten at a hold on, give me a second to remember. One of the most delicious things I've ever had. It was like a spicy cold noodle soup. It is actually called. Let me see if I have butcher it completely. Bib bin bib bibim guksu. Bibim gutsu. I have probably butchered that horribly. Well, once more, I'm a banana. If anyone needs explanation to what it means, to what I mean by me being a banana, ask. I already said it once, but I'll explain it if need to again. So, I have a lot of papers here, a lot of things to help me keep me on track today. Because it's gonna be a lot of stuff to keep on track, so I can do this in a timely manner, and also not make myself go insane. So, it's just a way of guidance, a way to help myself just like reorientate, think, how am I gonna do this? Okay, well, it helped if I pick up the papers. Okay, so I guess one of the things that I want to try and do, I want to try and do a balsam wrap, like Khan from King of the Hill. Sure, I've definitely watched King of the Hill. I know what you're talking about, 100%. I 100% know what you're talking about. But I was thinking of some foods that were the first food I want to try and make. It's a Korean thing. It's a Korean dish where it's essentially just like boiled pork belly. But I thought of trying to make it a bit more easy to eat, I guess. Not easy to eat, but more clean to eat and a lot less prep heavy. Well, not prep heavy, just a little just easier to make and then easier to eat. I'm gonna make it into a wrap, and it's gonna be kind of fun because I'm doing a bit of, I guess, fusion in a sense, trying to be a little creative with what I want to make. Did I write down what's going in it? I did. Alright, so got my board here, and I gotta get blah. Also gotta make sure I got my knife here. It's a little dirty. Okay. We're just gonna do some simple fabrications, so nothing crazy. I didn't get a whole pig in. Oh my god, that'd be really cool if I got a whole pig. But why would you need a whole if you got yourself a whole pig or a whole animal of anything, I have no doubt that you could probably feed yourself and probably a few other people for like days, maybe months, even years. I would go out as far as say. But I got myself a nice, lovely slab of pork belly right here. I have to get this old thing. Man, I have not used this thing in forever. So I never use this thing anymore just because when I used to be an intermediate baker, I used to use this and I thought it was really good. But then I upgraded and I realized and upgraded that this thing right here, this pan is a lot better. It holds heat better. It's more enclosed, and it's easier to get this off. It's easier to get the top off than this thing. So this thing has been just kind of sitting around collecting dust, and I haven't really been using it that much. But today is the day. Today is the day it finally gets utilized. So I'm first gonna do some simple fabrication. I'm gonna simply just break it down a bit. I want to cut off a bit of this fat, because right here it's not even skin, it's just all pure fat. But I have plans for this. We're not gonna waste here, as true to like most Asian cultures. Because with like, from what I know, I'm no just go out and say I'm no, what's the word? I'm no professional when it comes to this sort of stuff. Because I cook primarily in a French way. The way I've been taught to like cook, because if you do not know, I went to a culinary school and I learned how to cook, I guess. Like very good basic technique. But it was mostly teaching you French ways of cooking, because that was kind of the main country that set off cooking to be the way that it is now. I don't really know much about like wasting and not wasting, but I just know like minimal stuff, like how in most Asian cultures there's a thing about not wasting food. So I'm gonna try and not do that today, because I think that's just one, it's just good to try and not break my bank, because everything I'm throwing away is just money I'm throwing away. It also just helps keep quality. So don't really know much about balsam though. I've made it a few times, and when I did go to Korea, I wasn't able to really find any places to eat it. It's all bulgogi. That's all I was able to find. Nothing else, nothing more. But I don't know. It was kind of shocking. I thought there would be a lot more pork, a lot more pig, but I suppose not. So I'm just gonna get some nice thick slices here, as per a recipe I'm following. By the way, a majority of this stuff, I have no recipes for. Well, I have recipes for, but they're not mine. Unlike baking, cooking is not really a strong forte for me. I just kind of do it, and it's like, oh, you know what? That's good. Let's write it down. Cooking is a bit more costly, so I take very good attention and care with that stuff. Because let's say I want to buy myself like a 50-pound bag of flour. Well, you know, 50-pound bag of flour is going to be like $25, you know? But if I want to buy myself an 8-ounce steak, an 8-ounce steak is going to be up most $24 to $15. So, you know, taking into account of like how expensive that is versus 50 pounds of flour, I don't mind making a bad bread. I do. It makes me sad inside, but get the idea. I don't feel that bad. However, when it comes to something that costs like this costed like $8 for a pound, which isn't bad. But I still want to try and take into account of like, geez, I shouldn't try and break my bank, and I should respect the food as well. Hold on, I need to get a shoe. Or is it a cake? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is actually weird to talk about, because I don't know. I just feel it's weird to talk about right now, but I kind of have this weird respect with like food, in the sense of like I want to make sure I'm gonna make it into a good meal. It's kind of like a weird roundabout way of saying like I care about the animals, but I don't care about not eating it. I'm not like a I'm not. Oh, I don't have any more black pepper. Yep, I'm out of black pepper. I got more corns. Always gotta make sure. Love my pepper mill, it's so cool. It's a small little thing, but it does the job done. It just gets the job done. So it's a cute little thing, no? Not like the big old things that you'd see at like, I guess, Olive Garden, maybe. I guess that'd be a place where you'd see it. But it's a cool little thing. Fresh cracked black pepper. Good. You need to use a lot less of it. Right? So I just want to season these right now because I'm gonna do a simple cure. It's not actually like a cure. It's okay. Oh man, how do I explain things? How do I talk like a normal human being? That's what I gotta more or less ask, because there's easier ways of just like saying this. Like, oh wait, I just realized I'm just seasoning this and I'm letting it get flavor. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't need to say these stupid fancy terms. They're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let it dry cure and make sure it gets and develop flavor. Sorry, this is what happens when you go to a culinary school. You learn really big terms, and it's like, really need to know this? Do now? So I'm just gonna let the salt and stuff and flavors just do its thing for a while. Hence a dry cure. A dry cure just being just like it's curing. I don't know how to explain it in a way that makes sense. It just flavors being stuff. Anyways, it's like a marinade. It's like marinating, but no marinade. It's a dry salt cure. I don't know how to explain it. I'm stupid. Not gonna lie, watching this stream makes me want to cook too. I mean, just cook yourself an egg then, you know? You don't have to do something great. I know I'm making like 7 things today, but you don't have to do 7 things too, so. Anyways, back to this balsam I want to make. I gotta make sure I put in. I have the things of what I need to put in to make sure this is good. So I need some bay leaves, peppercorns, which I already put a few in, but I'm gonna put some more in because they just add a nice little tone of like black pepper flavor without that intense, like, not intense, but that little spiciness, you know? Hard to explain. I need onion, garlic, onion, allium. Be nice allium flavor. Yeah, big ol' onion here. Alright. Yes, by the way, this board is not cleaned. I know it's not clean. If anyone might think that in the future, like, oh my god, I'm watching this VOD and just touched fork and it's, oh my god. I'm not sure if people are actually would actually even worry or think about that because, I don't know, I'm not like a professional cook. Well, I am, but I'm cooking for myself. If I'm cooking for myself, my standards are a lot lower. It's only the one. This is actually one of the few times where my standards are being risen, and it's just because it's a very busy week. And you know what? I want to cook. I'm in a good mood, and I want to eat some really good food too. So I'm just gonna do a simple little chop. I'm not gonna try and make this look fancy. Need 1 whole onion. It said a yellow onion, but a white onion works just fine. An onion is an onion. Spanish onions is a yellow onion, and they're sweeter, so it's like whatever, who cares? Actually, wait, no, I'm wrong. Yellow onions are kind of the basic onions. A white onion is a sweet onion. I forgot. I'm stupid. I'm gonna guess that's Alucard. Yes, that is. Hi.
Hey, hello.
Oh, you're on top of the box. Hi there. Right?
I am on top of the box.
My mom's...
You sound muffled, I sound muffled.
Well, keep in mind that Discord quality is gonna be a little different.
Oh yeah, it is.
Jeez, you are
In your
loud.
kitchen, it's a different setup.
Yeah. My mom's the family cook, but I can't imagine. But I can make a mean grilled cheese. I mean, making a grilled cheese is not exactly difficult. I hate to say, but making a good grilled cheese, you know, it might sound easy, but it's also, I guess, very hard for some people. Some people, I mean, like, you know, maybe top chefs around the world. You know, one that might be named Gordon, and their last name being Ramsay. Making a nice block of cheese sandwich. You're bringing
that sandwich up.
Cause it's just such a, I just don't understand how he can mess up a sandwich that badly. Or a grilled cheese sandwich that badly.
I am baffled by it. He's my favorite chef on the face of the planet. But he fucked up a grilled cheese.
I'm gonna say something very controversial. Not controversial, but I'm gonna be speaking from my heart when I say this. Gordon Ramsay is cool and all, but he's not my favorite chef.
That's fair, everybody has their own taste.
And it's also just because Gordon Ramsay, if you want to really know the truth, Gordon Ramsay is kind of like entry-level chefs, you know? It's like ice. If you like never tried ice cream before, all right? Let's say you've never tried ice cream before, you're always gonna recommend someone to try vanilla.
Whoa. He has 16 Michelin stars and has been around the world cooking.
I mean, you didn't let me finish, so there's that. You interrupted me.
Okay, fine. Alright, fine. Keep going.
So, anyways, if you go to ask someone like, oh, I've never had ice cream before, then what are you gonna ask them to try first? You're gonna first try and tell them to say, hey, go try vanilla. No, go try vanilla ice cream for the first time. When it comes to cooks around the world and like wanting to learn how to cook and like seeing like what do the best cooks in the world look like, Gordon Ramsay is the most well known, but he's not the best. I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm not trying to say he's
I
bad.
mean, he probably isn't the best. There are other chefs in the world that could probably say that they are better,
Yes,
including the person who actually taught him.
exactly. But anyway, around it, it's like he's not my favorite, but he is a funny one. He's a really funny chef, and I like him. I like to go out and say like, "Oh, yes, chef," when I talk about it because it's just kind of silly. All right, just gotta cut some ginger real quick. I'm not really trying to peel off the skin, and I know that it's gonna add a bit of bitterness, but
you don't really have to. It is recommended, but you don't have to.
huh?
You don't have to peel off the skin.
No, you do. It's bitter. It doesn't really have much flavor, and it's just not very.
Well, then why aren't you? You can just peel it off with a spoon.
I can, but I'm also too lazy, and I don't need to. Because what I'm using this for my braise. I'm making something called bossam, which is a boiled pork belly dish, and I'm gonna be using it into making into a wrap. So I'm trying to get all the flavors in first, and the little bit of bitterness actually might help it, not help it, but might give it a bit of a unique flavor.
Flavor.
Yep. And also there's nutrients. There's some like nice nutritional value, all that silly nonsense stuff that I can talk about.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing with potato skins. There is nutrient value in the skins.
Yes. I also get to add this funky ingredient into my it's not into my, but into the bossam, which is doenjang. It is a fermented it's a fermented soybean paste. And I was told that this works good enough. This is not exactly a doenjang. Doenjang? Deojanj. Doenjang. I imagine this is probably gonna add like some umami flavor, stuff like that.
Some MSG, some seaweed.
No seaweed.
No seaweed? I'm surprised.
This is not Japanese.
I mean, but yeah, you're right.
Alright, dojang is in, ginger's in, oh yeah, that's right. I bought myself a lot of scallion today, and this is part of the reason why I wanted to use, makeup balsam, because it said specifically to use the white ends, which is a good use of waste, because I'm gonna be making a lot of waste, unfortunately.
So you only use the one, but you can use the other end of the scallion for garnishes.
Well, not just garnishes. The green side is technically more edible.
It is.
I mean, the green side is edible, and it's honestly my preferred side to eat. I don't really like eating the white side; it's just boring. But
It's onion.
yeah, I don't really have a good explanation. Oh, hold on.
You don't need to have a good explanation. You really don't. We'll hear. Who's the other viewer? Okay. Whoever's here on Twitch should find him on YouTube. His channel's doing pretty good there.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to get a package, and it's actually for today's stream. I needed the package. So, I know it's probably
Heck yeah.
toast to say, but I like Babish if y'all know who that is. Yeah, I know.
My God. Yes, I have one of his cookbooks.
I personally like binging with Babish as well. He's one of my favorites too.
Binging with Babish is awesome. Along with Joshua Wiseman. I like both of those guys. They're awesome.
Yeah. I like the both of them. Binging with Babish and Joshua Weissman, they're both really good. There's this other guy, he's an Australian sort of fellow, but I can't remember what he...
I know who you're talking about him. I know who you're talking about. He makes a lot of shorts. I want
Yeah.
some of his recipes. Gosh dang it. Something King Cook, or whatever his name is.
I don't know. But yeah, hi there, Shrimpy. I didn't even notice you on my Twitch. I thought I had like a Twitch thing on my computer, but I forgot I turned it off. So, but these are some really nice scallions. They're nice and like thick. They're like nice and like thick. So it's gonna be a nice amount of scallion here.
Oh yeah.
I need a lot of this because I'm gonna use some of this for the amount of soup I'm gonna be making. Well, not amount. It's not like I'm gonna make 50 pounds of soup, but I do want to make a lot of miso soup. So when I come back home from my work and stuff, I can just put some miso soup in the mic, which I hate saying out loud. But I can throw some miso soup in the microwave, heat it up, or on the stovetop, whatever I feel like that day. I'm most likely gonna have to, not have to, but I'm most likely going to microwave it. But I can get all that stuff and just throw it in the microwave and have a nice sort of wake-up call, I guess, when I get back from work, because it's gonna be very busy this week.
Yep.
I actually gotta get my Mega Supreme. I gotta get my big ol' container here, because there's gonna be a lot of scallion.
Yeah. Your work week is gonna be huge. This is your busy season.
Yeah. Gang microwave. Yeah. Just because I use it doesn't mean I like it.
I feel the same way. I used it to reheat my my pasta yesterday.
It's gonna be weird. I'm gonna probably be the only one that says this, but I find like microwave pasta, be strangely nostalgic. So I'm fine with it. Just cause like a lot of the times when my parents would make pasta at home and such, they would always like make so much that it would be enough for like 2 days extra for leftovers and such. So I'm kind of used to that. I grew up with it.
Same. But it still doesn't mean I like using the microwave.
Yeah. Well, I just don't like using the microwave for things that are just like, you should not microwave, like chicken nuggets.
No, do not microwave chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Put those in the oven where they belong, okay?
Well, I don't even like... I got a little philosophy about chicken nuggets. If you're gonna eat chicken nuggets from out, you have to eat them when you get them. You're not allowed to bring them home, because they will be sad the next day. But if you have, let's say, like the chicken nuggets you throw into the oven, then it's a different story. Then it's like, yeah, okay. That's...
Yeah, but if you're talking about nuggets that you buy from a fast food place, no, you eat them when you get them. You don't just put them in the freaking fridge for the next day. They taste mealy after. Like crap.
At that point, you just might as well just peel off the skin and just eat the nuggets inside.
I know somebody who does that.
Yeah, I do. I don't know them, but I know someone who does do that. Alright, let's see. Onion, the scallion whites, the garlic, the ginger, the peppercorns, the doenjang, the bay leaves. And now... the pork belly. I know it's a lot of stuff that's gonna go into this, and not gonna really be used to eat. But the thing is, a lot of this stuff, except for the garlic and ginger, is kind of waste. So it's actually a good use. Yeah, the utilization. Say about that. Maybe I can use. Okay, you know what? I feel like treating. Yeah, I guess you can say it's treating. I'm going to be using fresh water. I use my filtered water. Yes. Doesn't like just a nice little bit of filtered water. Using water straight from the tap, it always just feels really sad when you do that. I say as I move my thing to the tap. Going to lunch. Hopefully see y'all later. See you later, badness. See ya. Thank you for tuning in. Alright. So this recipe actually also mentioned that you should use espresso. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I'm personally not a fan of coffee to begin with, so I was very against it. But I am just gonna quickly mix it up with my hand, and wow, look at that. It's so interesting looking.
I mean, you're the only one eating it, so you can do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's doenjang. That's the bean paste inside that's giving it that color. If I were to describe doenjang, like the flavor profile, it reminds me a lot of like soy sauce. So it's not too strange.
Fermented.
Yeah, fermented soy sort of bean thing, you know?
Fermented bean paste.
Yes.
Kind of.
No, it is a fermented bean.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna let that go for probably an hour or so. So there we are. And that's one thing working. Being efficient with time. Here we go. So the balsam, that is working. I mark that off on my list here.
That stuff actually has a funky smell to it.
No, it's actually quite scentless. It doesn't really have much of a scent at all.
That's even weirder for some reason.
Doesn't have. Not everything has to smell.
All food has smells.
Salt.
Salt has a smell.
It does not have a smell.
You realize that? No. I beg to differ.
I smell more. Okay, I got this thing right here, and it is full of salt. It smells more like plastic than salt. It's not aromatic.
Have you ever seen smelling salts?
We're talking about eating salts, not smelling salts.
Okay, table salt. Yeah. There is difference.
Yeah, you're talking about something completely different then. Alright.
Oh yeah, that salt's made with ammonia. Yeah, no, never mind.
This tisk. Alright, I gotta make sure I cross this thing out because it's a salmon and soup mise, but it's actually just me saying make sure I just eat the soup that I have frozen. I need to eat the soup. So got that working, so that's all set and good. Bibimbap beef, mise, oatmeal, no apples. I don't want apples. I have oatmeal in the morning, better carbs. And spicy noodle. Yeah, I might as well start working on that too. So the balsam is kind of all made and set. Now I want to get the spicy noodle mise. And the good thing about this is that it's cold, so I don't even need to mic it. So that's exciting. Alright, but I have to make the sort of dressing for it still. So add a dash of Korean spice. That is what this thing says. Oh, so cool. Got a nice good old thing of gochujang. It seems a lot more strong than the ones I would usually get, and it seems a lot more cool, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It looks nicer. So I need I need to see a little bit of this, some sugar, and it says a garlic clove minced, but I'm not gonna do that because that takes too much time. And also, I want a really intense garlic flavor, even though it's raw garlic. So I'm actually gonna grate it. Not only is it just better to grate garlic because It's easier than mincing, but it also helps you get more flavor as well.
Yeah, it really releases the aromatics with it. It's really nice.
I peel the parchment off first.
Always. I mean, did I not see you crush a bunch of cloves of garlic against the table?
Yeah, that was the last of my clove. Last of my head, so I got another head and peeling off the cloves right there.
Ah, okay.
Alright. But I think I still have a grater, don't I? Or a microplaner, or a zester, whatever you would like to call it. I have not idea of what to call it, I just know that it's called many things.
It probably is actually all of those things because people like to call it whatever they want.
It goes by many names, but I commonly call it a microplaner. Or a zester. It really does both of the things, so it's not really too different from what it is or what it doesn't do.
I've oddly used mine more for zesting lemons than anything.
I mean, that's what it's for, so... It's like if you use an ice cream scoop for meatballs, you know? And that's what I do. I use ice cream scoops more for meatballs than anything, just because I want a good round ball, so I use ice cream. And they also just have that nice little, that little thingy, you know, the hand gesture I'm trying to do. Let me see if I can find mine.
Use a lot of those.
Oh, here it is. This thing. So, I use it for a lot of, that sort of things. I use it for, what is it? I'm forgetting. I use it for, I use it for meatballs and cookies.
Meatballs.
Why hello there, Salty. It has been, oh boy, 2 weeks or 10 days since I've seen any of your streams on your channel, and I wondered how you're doing. Happy Halloween. Hope your meal is good. It is not Halloween right now. That is tomorrow, but thank you. Happy Halloween to you, though. Jeez,
It could be Halloween for him.
Yeah. But happy Halloween to yous. I'm currently trying to make a lot of food, and well, I'll definitely be safe from any sort of vampires, to say at the very least. Or garlic. I feel like out of all the places a vampire would be, if a vampire went to any Asian country, they would just flat out die.
There's garlic everywhere.
There's garlic everywhere. The people are going to be very intense. Though it would be very easy to get anywhere because every sort of person in Asia, when I was in Korea, they were introduced to you like, hey, welcome in, come in, come in. And it's like, yeah, it's easy to get in and such. But then you realize that 50% of their blood is made of garlic. And then, you know, you die. I'm not saying that it's actually true, but it should be, because garlic is such a great thing.
Garlic is actually a wonderful thing.
I
love vampire, but I still love garlic.
You're like a Twilight vampire, right?
No, I hate Twilight.
This dressing is really weird, because not only does it get garlic and gochujang, it also gets sugar, which I find kind of strange, but hey, I'm not going to question the recipe.
Wait. Garlic, sugar, and gochujang. What the fuck?
Well, I imagine it's like a sweetener. You know how like some dressing will say add a pinch of sugar, or add some honey, or whatever it may be?
Yeah, but that wasn't a pinch.
Well, yeah, you know, I think I went a little crazy there. Yeah, actually, now that my dyslexic self was able to actually read, it was supposed to be a teaspoon to 2 tablespoons. So, yeah, I made a lot more. Let me just double up on the gochujang.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you know what? I'm a sweet, spicy kind of guy, so I don't mind.
You know, spicy sweet is good, but
The spoons I use are approximately like tablespoons, teaspoons. I'm not really trying to measure here, as I guess, as I've been told, is the true Asian way. Yeah, measuring is overrated.
I mean, unless you're making like a complex, like when I make a cream sauce, I measure. Unless it's the cheese, then I don't measure.
You measure for a cream sauce?
The only thing I measure is actually the ratio of cream to milk. That's it.
Man, I got no comment on that.
Look, I have to have 1.5 cups of heavy cream to a 1/2 cup of milk.
You see, what I do when I want to make myself an Alfredo sauce, I throw in the cream.
And?
That's it. Cream is kind of thick on its own. If you just let it reduce and don't break it, it's fine. You don't really need to do anything to it.
I don't break I've broken a sauce one time.
Ooh, that is. It's so funny because I know what it is. It's just garlic It's just garlic, gochujang, and sugar, but it's still like complex, strangely enough, and that's mostly, I imagine, is the gochujang carrying all that flavor. And also, despite how much sugar I put it in there, I still feel like I need more, but that's good. That is really nice. I'm gonna leave that how that is.
It needs more sugar?
No.
Well, then add it to your taste.
Nah. Like, I personally want it to be more sweet, but I also know what it's gonna be at the end, because it's also gonna get mixed with other things. So I would say, I would love more sugar, but at the same time, I know what it is, and I think it's just gonna be better off without it.
Okay, all right.
It's one of those things of selfish, you know? It's like, oh man, I could add so much garlic to my sauce here, and it would be so nice. But, you know, you gotta have the strength to know that enough is enough.
Your sauce is literally only cream. No cheese, no freaking...
Well, it was a matter of hyperbole. I do add Parmesan, but the Parmesan is just kind of like a little bit of Parmesan, a little bit of garlic powder, and something. You don't need much for a good Alfredo. Alright.
Me with my complex sauce that has white wine in it.
What are you trying to be? You don't need to go so hard.
I'm not trying hard, it's actually quite fun to cook with wine.
Fair enough. I don't know, I'm a person that's kind of desensitized to it, I guess. I cook with wine so often, it's like,
You
eh.
cook with wine all the time at work, so it's not impressive.
Ooh. Okay, I'm excited for actually today, though, because I actually special ordered some specific ingredients that I don't normally use, such as, not just seaweed, but kombu, which is different from normal seaweed. Well, like nori sheets, at least, which I have? Do I have nori sheets? If I don't, that's gonna be a travesty. Oh my god, that's a travesty! I don't have any nori sheets. Ah. Well, you know what? That's what it is. What it is. I just will have onigiri with no paper to it. So. But the thing about kombu versus nori sheets are notably very thin. But kombu is actual seaweed. Not very, but thicker. And also, I can kind of wiggle it around and it's not gonna, like, break. So Salty, I wondered if you've seen or heard about it. These new movies that came in this year, like Transformers, Spider-Man, Oppenheimer, Barbie, Elements, Five Nights at Freddy's, TNT. No, I have not seen any movies. Not much of a moviegoer myself. Okay, I don't really like movies. come to think of it, I should actually start cooking some rice too. And you know what I am gonna do? I'm gonna make some onigiri and rice. So yeah, I'm gonna start working on starches now, I guess. So I'm gonna put my dressing sauce away, and I'm gonna get my rice cooker out, and I might as well cook the sushi rice first. While I'm doing that, I'm also just gonna get some boiling water on for my pasta as well, which is gonna be the noodles for the noodles for this cold noodle soup, or the bibimbap soup. Bibimbap soup. It's interesting because these noodles are specifically Korean rice noodles. I don't know what makes this any different from any sort of noodle, but it is saying Korean rice noodle has rice flour, potato starch, and salt. Wow, really? No water? Product of Korea.
I mean, the water gets evaporated out in drying process, so it doesn't have any.
Well, you still need some of it. It's like saying there's no water in bread, but there is water in bread. How does mold grow?
I mean, there may be water in bread, but pasta and bread are two different things.
I don't know. So I'm just looking at this then, and this is technically by the ingredients, what it says is that this is gluten-free then. Fascinating. That's cool, because I actually have a cousin who has celiacs, and I bet she would really love to know that there's actually some really good alternatives then. Because this noodle is really good. I really like this noodle. Okay.
I feel sorry for your cousin who has celiacs.
Yeah. She's a little bit of a princess, though, so I don't feel too bad.
And she has a specific diet, so she kind of has to be a princess.
No, like, I'm not talking about when it comes to food, I'm talking about generally.
Oh, that kind of princess. Oh, okay.
Whoa. Yeah, that's a lot of rice. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have plenty of rice now. And just like any good person, I'm gonna just, no, I didn't steal it, of course not. It's just a lot more rice than I thought I was gonna get myself. Just gotta wash it now.
You don't have to measure and just put it in the rice cooker and just
Yep.
you don't need to measure.
It's also that I just need to wash it. That's what I'm more or less important for. Alright. There we are. Now I just need to fill it up with water, and for this I actually am gonna use water. I don't know, I always find it when I use like water from the tap and I make rice. It's always so... It's sweeter when I do it from the applying filter. Not like candy sweet, but it's like a natural sweet, you know? Now the funny thing about my rice cooker now, I actually gotta take it and move it somewhere else because I have only 2 outlets here. Can't use it.
You know, my kitchen is so freaking small. I have like 2 outlets, and I think my microwave is taking up close to half of my counter space.
That was the same for me as well, but I just got a rack, and I just put the my microwave on top of that. So gotta utilize the best of the space you got.
Maybe I could put it on my table. I don't know.
That would work. Or you could just put it away, and when you need to use it, you take it out. That works too.
that does kind of work. But where would I put it away? I don't have a whole lot of cabinet space either. This is basically meant for a bachelor pad.
Okay, let's see on my list. Alright, got the noodles working. The noodles are being cooked as we speak. Sauce is made. I think that's all for this. I got a whole bunch of like things here. I gotta make sure I'm getting everything in place. Sesame seeds, sesame oil, soft boiled egg. I can do that. That's just garnish.
By the way, if I get annoying, please don't.
Alright. Okay. Oh, yeah, it says I should use kimchi brine, but I don't feel like using it. So I'm probably just gonna water it down. Balsam, that's working. Bimbimbap? I might as well do the bibimbap such. So, and if I do that, that's also gonna be done for my quinoa bowl, because the reason why I'm doing a quinoa bowl, I'm actually gonna use the leftovers that I used for my bibimbap to do that. Efficiency. It also saves me money.
It does.
So
what
let's.
would you recommend for sockeye salmon?
I would recommend that you get the full fillet.
I have 2 full fillets in my fridge.
Smoking them is very classic. Trying to just making sure that it's very close to just being. I don't know how to explain it, but like outdoors sort of base cooking, just because it has a very subtle wild flavor to it, and you might want to add like, you know, maybe make a hunter sauce or just doing a simple lemon breading to it, and you know, just keeping it simple but not trying to elevate it and make it go crazy, because you're trying to make something that isn't what it is. If you're gonna go crazy with it, you should have not bought sockeye. You might as well just do Atlantic.
The only reason why I got them is because they were on sale. I should have just got the Atlantic salmon.
I like sockeye salmon though. It's a lot more
It's
meat.
delicious, but the thing is, I don't have a smoker.
That's scary. You could have seen me. I think. I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I can see your shadow, but that's it.
Okay, I gotta make sure I put my noodles somewhere though. Okay, I gotta do the basic mise en place for the cucumber. The cucumber is gonna be used for 3 things. It's gonna be used for the spicy noodles, gonna use for my bibimbap, and it's also gonna be used for the quinoa bowl. But they're all gonna be cut a little bit differently too, and I'm gonna wash them because you should always wash your stuff. You never know what's on them, you know? Alright, so let's see. For my bibimbap, I'm going to do matchsticks or juliennes. Very simple, very easy. Ooh, these are really good too. They're not extremely watered down as like most cucumbers would normally be. They have a very slight sweetness, which is the greatest like kind of cucumber.
Oh, the cucumber's okay. They look really nice too. They look really good. Julienne? Right.
I wish I could say if there was an easy way to like cutting and stuff. But the thing about like learning good knife cuts, it just comes with practice. The more you cut, the better you get. And I remember like one of the first things I was told at my job that I work at now, when I first started, they said like, wow, you have some really good knife cuts in comparison to what we've had come over. And I just told them, I cook a lot. We don't really do much in school. I just say I cook a lot in my dormitories and stuff. Which is kind of the secret sauce for me, because I kind of could say I kind of studied, but you know, I just cooked a lot. I did a lot of cutting. I got good at it.
You see, I can't really cut. Well, I can cut, but it's nowhere near a good form. I might cut my finger one time.
Well, I'm gonna go out and full say that is okay. That you're actually just being there is a very specific way you should always hold your knife, and it is weird.
Curl your fingers, I know.
Yes. I love cucumbers.
Some people can just eat a cucumber sandwich. I'm not saying I could, but
I could do that. Cucumbers are just nice. It's like lettuce, but more solid. A more solid and flavorful lettuce.
Yes, you're right about that.
Well, I'm gonna just these things are kind of like wobbly. It's the centerpieces, but you know what that's gonna be for this little snack because I have yet to eat breakfast yet.
I haven't had breakfast either. Odd.
Yeah, the great thing about when I cook at home, though, I don't have to worry about like, oh, I gotta be clean, make sure I don't eat the food or anything like that. I'm not saying that I do, but it's a lot less like, oh, I gotta make sure making sure I'm clean and this and that, which is, you know, what you gotta be when you're working and cooking for other people because you don't want to get those other people sick. But when the other people is just me, it's just like, man, this is nice.
I can't tell you how many pairs of gloves I go through a day at work.
I bet I go through more.
Probably. I'd say at least 20.
Try a whole box.
Oh man, I have to wear 2X gloves. And we don't get very many boxes of those. And I am one of the few reasons why we actually get 2X gloves because I have to wear them.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just kind of like focusing on my other stuff. But my pork, it's
focus on your food.
Yeah, but my pork, it's now gotten to a boil and it's very nice. It smells very good.
I'm sure it does.
Right, so I'm gonna make a very simple, quick pickle, or how some people would like to call it, a quickle. So I'm gonna use just a touch of rice wine vinegar to keep it thematic. Not just thematic, but just because I like rice wine. I don't carry any other vinegar, I just like rice wine vinegar the best. Rice wine, a bit of mirin, some salt. Not too much salt, just a touch. Quick sprinkle of salt. And some water, and just finish it with water. Once more, I'm gonna use my clean.
Are you going to be making a sandwich?
No. I mean, not in the conventional manner, if that's what you're wanting to know.
Because the only thing I can think of pickles actually going into are like a salad or a sandwich, or a mixture of both.
It's a garnish.
Garnish?
Yes.
Refreshing.
Oh, that's weird. The beep beep went off again.
Ping me.
Alright.
Oh, you did.
Go. Got my little quick pickle right here. Now I have that, and now since it's all the nice thing about doing pickles too, it helps it helps preserve it a little bit longer too. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's pretty much prepared and ready for whenever I want to use it next. Yeah. What else do I need to do? So that's the cucumber. Yes, the spicy sesame zucchini.
Ooh, I love zucchini.
And it's the way I'm gonna cook it is gonna be in like a very like presentable and pretty manner. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I like when zucchini is red or has like it's in like pasta marinara or something like that. I think just the colors look visually and the colors look visually nice. But not only that, but the flavors just well.
I mean, the reason why the color looks good is because those two are complementary colors.
Yeah, of course.
I honestly wish that my model's eyes were not model. My PNG's eyes were green instead of red.
So I don't really know how to show off like how good my knife skills are, other than just like my head is up right now. I'm not like looking down at all. Like wow, look at my knife skills. I'm looking up in the sky. Ooh, and I just cut that all without looking. Wow, aren't I just so cool? Man, aren't I just so amazing?
Better than me. I will say.
And you will say it's also better than most people at my job. Not all of them, of course. I'm just trying to call like one person out.
Dirty talk.
Yeah. But they know it's out of fun.
That's not dirty talk.
And listen, I'm not the kind of person that would kind of go up to you and say like, hey, sex joke. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not that kind of person.
Right.
Neither am I. Not really.
X.
You what?
X.
Oh, it's a. You doubt. Okay.
Uh-huh. Alright, so with this, this one has no recipe. I just thought of it because I think it just makes sense, and I just saw an image of it too, which also kind of helped the idea. So, I guess if you want to call it a recipe by just looking at it, I guess. I don't know. I don't really. For me, I'm not really good with recipes because, like, when I see a recipe, it's like, oh, let me change it and then make it my own way. You know, just like how I guess I would normally be. But I'm gonna do like a sesame. I'm using sesame oil as like I guess just to give it a little bit of nuttiness. And then I'm gonna give it this. Yeah. Then I'm gonna use the a little bit, not all of it, of the dressing. Oh, my camera, not camera. My kitchen cam is dead.
Gochujang mixture.
My kitchen cam is not moving anymore. Hello, kitchen cam. Would you like to move?
You frozen.
Oh, I'm not frozen.
No,
The
you're
kitchen
not
cam
frozen,
is.
The camera's frozen. Technical difficulties have arisen. Well, arisen.
Wouldn't be a stream without it.
Scuff is always there.
Mm-hmm.
While you're fixing it, I'm going to go heat up some pasta. Tortellini.
Oh boy, why don't you want to work? Do I have to change? Hold on, wait. Okay. Give me a second. I gotta try and fix this now. Oh boy. I'm not gonna like leave or anything. It's just like, God, why? Why are you the way that you are? I don't even know when it stopped working. Would you like to work? Please work. Ah. Alright, cool. I was unplugging my mic. I'm so smart. Kitchen cam. There we go. We're back. Hi. Alright, so anyways, the little gochujang, the garlic and sugar mixture, I'm gonna use that to help like season, give it a little spiciness as well. And the sesame oil is gonna give it a bit of nuttiness and that nice sesame flavor that I love so much. I'm gonna throw that in as well. And I'm not gonna really worry about overcrowding here. I've been hearing everything. I wonder if he knows that I'm able to hear literally everything. Good thing I turned down his stuff on. Turned down his Discord. I would have said something not everyone will want to hear. Okay, and my water is boiling too, so I'm actually gonna make sure I get a little salt in that water right now, and I'm gonna do a little bit of the pasta. I'm never really good with like not measuring, but like doing the right amount of pasta, because I always tend to do too much. But let's see. And that looks good. Okay. Knowing me though, I know this is probably gonna be too much, but you know what? I'll just have a little extra to taste. Try and test. Make sure if it tastes up to my standard. And then I can have a little bit for lunch. I'm not sure I don't remember if this is when am I supposed to eat this, but I'll find out. Plus, above all else, this is my food, so who says I can't eat it at a certain day? So, right? No one. I'm my own kind of person. I can do what I want. Let these rice noodles do their thing. The rice noodle can go up here. Bye bye. What? Alright. Well, now I'm just gonna add a little touch of the gochujang mix.
By the way, I just noticed something.
Notice what?
There's something that you and I both have not heard this stream.
What?
Oh, come on. It's a ghost.
Oh, I haven't even heard it at all. I haven't been focusing it at all.
Exactly. Oddly enough, I turned on my heater, the alarm went off, and then it stopped.
It's probably the noise of the heater that's kind of like acting as a white noise.
No.
Well, I wouldn't know then. Right, there we go.
It is degrees outside.
Ooh, that's cold.
Or 40. It was 41 when I got home.
Yeah, that's not made with gluten. I wonder if that is gluten free then. Screw it, I'm gonna make myself food while watching this. Fair enough. Hey, maybe if you need to know something, if you want to make your food even tastier, I can help you. You got your little personal chef here to help you, give you tips. Ooh, I can just eat that just how it is. The zucchini, and it's just seasoned with all that nice, like, sweet, spicy, garlicky, and the sesame flavor as well. Ooh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm sure it is.
But I'm gonna have to save this now because this is for bibimbap and my quinoa bowl.
Right.
So I gotta cool it down, and what I mean by cool it down, I just mean by transferring it to a container and throwing it in my refrigerator. My knowledge, though, I don't think zucchini even has much nutritional value. From what I know, I think it's just a lot of water, but it's good water, tasty water.
This calls for bigger.
Oh, a little fun tip, because I have my pasta water over boiling a bit. If you actually add oil, it kills it. It kills the amount of how much it bubbles.
Zucchini has quite a bit of good stuff in it. That's 4 grams of protein.
Protein!
3 grams of carbs.
Actually, kind of interesting.
Yeah, zucchini has protein. I'm looking at all of this for one large raw zucchini.
Huh. Not much, but that's still quite a bit for just a small little veggie.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. How is the noodle right now? It might be there, but I think it needs to go a little longer. It's bouncy, which is good for like fresh pasta, but this is dry pasta and also a rice noodle. So it probably needs like a few more seconds and then it's going to be done. The best way to really tell if pasta is cooked or not is making sure that it is cooled down, like room temperature, like cold. You can't really say it's good right after it comes out of the hot boiling water. It's always hard to delegate that.
I mean, there is a specific time to cook it too. Like, al dente is like 2 minutes for fresh pasta.
Well, that's fresh pasta. This is not even dried pasta. This is, I get, because rice noodles are made a lot more differently than any other noodle.
Way differently. So it's not even a comparison. It's like apples to oranges.
Exactly. But yeah, if you didn't know that or did know that, what is it? Oil doesn't really help, like, keep pasta from sticking in the water. If you take it out and then you do it like that, then yes, it does. But not when it's in the water. It helps keep the bubbles and starch from over bubbling and overflowing.
I did not know that part. I need to put oil in my cooking water to stop from over bubbling my pasta.
Yeah, did you just see? If you noticed when I was just doing it, it was about to bubble over, but then once I put my oil in, it kind of stopped it. It's something to do with like how the oil separates the starches from yada yada, science stuff, and that's how it is. I don't really know much of the nitty gritty. All I know is that it works and how it works. Well, I don't really know. I don't really care about how it works. I just know that it works. That's what I meant to say.
No, you actually taught me something today on that end.
Well, hey, I'm not exactly a teacher, but that's what I want to try and show. Like, you can learn something on these streams. Like, did you know that meal prep isn't hard, it's just time consuming?
I knew that.
Alright.
But there are some things that you have taught me. There are a few things.
Well, these are so pretty. no matter how I think about rice noodles, because rice noodles aren't like the traditional made noodle of like being rolled out and yada yada and stuff like that, it's still a very beautiful noodle. And yeah, perfectly cooked. With a little bit of bounce, but not enough to make it unbearably rubbery. So now, with these noodles, I'm gonna try and drain whatever water's left, because there is just a touch of water. Now, if I was trying to make something completely different, if I wasn't gonna try and make the thing that I'm trying to make, I would oil it right now so it doesn't stick right now, because that's when you want to add oil so it doesn't stick. However, now is the time to add the spicy stuff.
Oh.
And this spicy stuff is going to help it not stick, so there's that as well. I'm also just going to be a little bit of a little baby here, because not just because it's spicy, but also just to keep my hands clean. Listen, I know it's my food, and I know where my hands have been, but it's just like it's good practice. Good practice.
Well, that stuff is also kind of spicy, and getting it on your hands is not exactly ideal.
Not exactly bad either. Ooh, this looks really nice.
Looks almost like spaghetti.
Spaghetti marinara, trust me. No sweet, no spicy. Imagine just giving this to some random Italian and it's like, hey, I made myself some nice pasta marinara. No, I made penne vodka. You would love this stuff. It's so good. It's cold.
They kick you out of Italy.
No, I think they would shoot me on the spot. They sent me to the mafia.
The Italian mob would say, "You did this on my daughter's birthday."
You did this incorrectly.
Yes. Bring out the motion.
Bring out the no, not the baguette. French. All right. Well, might as well taste it now. I gotta season this because it's. Well, I just want.
You've mamaed your last meal.
Oh yeah, that's almost exactly how I had it in Korea. That's really good. Just need a little bit of salt, and I actually think it needs something, but I don't know what. I think it needs. Funny enough, I think it needs some mirin. Which is, just saying, a sweetener. So I'm essentially just adding more sugar into this, but mirin is, you know.
They like their food spicy sweet over there.
Oh yeah, they really do. I like my food spicy sweet as well, so I guess it's just kind of genetic. Alright, let's see here.
You are 100% Korean.
Oh, that's pretty damn close. That's probably as close as I'm gonna get.
You're in the danger zone of being so close that if you get closer, you might screw it up.
Yeah. It's close enough. That I know how I could make this better, but I just don't really feel like using it. Actually, you know what? I can't say that. It would make plenty of Asians upset. The good stuff.
MSG?
Yes. Crack.
Yes. I applaud you. Yes.
Touch, not much.
That's,
That's probably gonna want to make it nicer.
That's all you need.
And also, just because I want to be cute, I'm gonna actually serve it how I'm gonna put it in a bowl and show you how I would make it look. But I'm also gonna put it in a takeout container because that's what's gonna happen to the food. I want to make sure that it's in a suitable container, you know? No, no. This is something I'm gonna. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Well, or you just store it in the fridge.
Yeah, it's mostly gonna be stored in the fridge either way. And if I was gonna take it to work, it would still be in a container like that. So, anyways, not gonna try and be fancy with the plate, but I get a nice little bowl, spin it around with my hands. And then the garnishes would be as followed. Hold on. Sesame seeds, because of course. And
Green onion.
no,
Oh no, the pickles. The pickles.
the cucumbers, yes. There we go. That is the meal, essentially. Now I'm gonna really quickly take a picture of it somehow.
And put it in your Discord.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just use my tablet. Why not? I'll take a picture of my tablet. Where do I take a picture of my tablet? Up there. First. Oh. Good. Nice. Alright. Now, I gotta actually put it in the correct thing. Well, not in the correct way I would want it, but, you know, the correct means of storage. That being a takeout container. But since it is in a takeout container, I'm definitely going to not double, but like go a lot more harder with some of the ingredients. Like putting more cucumber, putting more of the noodle, just more. More! More sesame seeds because, of course, I want this to be so sweet. And now that's one day's meal done. I definitely now have dinner for one day. There are not many known variables in the world, but now I got one. I got a meal for one day. And since it's cold, all I have to do is just kind of pick it out and eat it. Best part. Not even the microwave. Don't even need to nuke it. And also, there's a little bit of extra in here, so I don't see why not. I can't indulge myself just a little bit today.
Go on ahead. You made it yourself. You barely had anything for breakfast.
Oh yeah, this is great. And the spiciness is so nice too. It's not like punch you in the face, make you cry.
I've had stuff like that.
But
sometimes it's not pleasant. Sometimes it's fun.
But it's definitely gonna pinch you in your cheeks. Not gonna punch you in the mouth, but pinch your cheek. So has a nice bit of spice.
Pinching of your cheeks comes from the MSG. Even the small amount that you put in there.
Nah, I don't mean literally. I just mean in the sense that it's gonna still be a little bit spicy. That's it. Alright. I have to make sure I have my equipment. I want to be working with dirty equipment in the future. And also, if I do make myself like a penne vodka or that, and I use a bowl for whatever reason to mix stuff, I don't want it to be spicy and sweet. Or at least not that spicy and not sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one meal done. Gotta just cross that off my list here. That is done. Ooh. Well, Sam, how long do I got on that? Oh, wow, look at that timing. 6 minutes. So, I'm gonna probably start working on that next. Because there is some meat I need to do. There is some, like, preparation I gotta do for that. But very simple preparation, though. So, you know how in wrap they add lettuce and stuff? I'm adding, some Napa cabbage. Napa cabbage is just very good for you, and also just thematic, as I'm continuing to say. It's very thematic. It's an Asian sort of.
You had me at cabbage, man.
Yeah.
You had me at cabbage.
That, and unlike most cabbages, it's not as fibrous. It's more akin to like an actual lettuce, so it's not gonna be like fibrous, nice and tender. So, which is why Napa cabbage is one of the best of all time. It's just good eating. And I love myself a nice thing of cabbage.
To make kimchi with?
Yes, this is. So that's another thing I'm probably gonna do. And oh my god, that's a beautiful. Lights getting away. That's a beautiful. That's a beautiful Napa cabbage. Look at that.
Absolutely. Damn.
The colors are so vibrant. It's so light. Good little Napa.
You picked a good one. You picked a really good one. Damn, it is. No, it's 41 degrees outside. Shit.
Just gonna peel out some of the cabbage that feels a little flimsy though, because I don't really want to eat that. I'm actually gonna get that same bowl out that I just used to clean, because I'm gonna use this to dress my cabbage. I'm not gonna do anything crazy with this cabbage. I'm just gonna do some very simple slices. Yeah, I like Napa cabbage a lot. It's a lot better than like using lettuce because I think it has a lot more nutritional value, and I personally think it has a better flavor. And not only that, but it holds a lot better too. Like, you know how like most like romaine lettuces will like rot within like a day or so? This one won't, or at least not at least in such a shorter period of time. It'll be more akin to like a week versus 5 days.
I have to tell you something. The Napa cabbage doesn't really have a whole lot of nutrition in it.
Well, neither does lettuce. I'm pretty sure in the sense of like romaine and versus romaine and such, it has more. Not much, but more. And if I've been lied to, and if I'm incorrect, then that is the educational system failing me again. Because romaine lettuce is just literally water. Unlike Napa cabbage, it's, you know, cabbage. It's good for your heart and all that such. Hi, Sprockets. Hello there. I see you on the Twitch corner. Now, at least. Not sure how long you've been there, but hi, I see you.
For a serving size, just 1 cup. There's 1 gram of protein.
Alright.
There's no protein in romaine lettuce. But
Yeah,
there's 1 gram of fiber, but Napa cabbage does not have any fiber.
Alright. I'm gonna really quickly do a nice quick dressing this. And it's not gonna be like an extremely complex dressing. No, it's just gonna be some salt, some soy, and maybe a touch of sesame. That's really it. Don't want to make it too complicated. Don't need to be too complex. Just to make sure it's nice and flavorful when I put it into the wrap. good. Nutty, salty. The Napa flavor because it's just so good. I love Napa. What else was I gonna put in there? Tortilla. Yeah, this here. I was thinking about making my own tortillas, but the only thing that stopped me from making my own tortillas is that I just did not want to make. I do not have a tortilla press.
You don't have a comal.
Yeah, I want to. They're not exactly expensive, but I just didn't feel like getting.
No. I mean, you can find one on Amazon for cheap, probably.
Oh yeah, I know. They're only like $20 or so, but I just haven't really had that need yet. It's a niche need, unfortunately. And I know it's gonna look weird, but I'm just gonna, toast my tortilla, because using just straight up plain raw tortilla is just kind of sad. It's like eating a piece of white bread. It's like okay, but I want to toast it at least.
Actually, what you did is completely and totally normal.
Yeah, I know. Just some people might think it's weird. I know it's normal for me, but some people might think it's weird. And also, I don't have a grill, so I gotta make do with what I got. So.
Just don't burn it.
Yeah, it's the grill. The thing isn't really that powerful, so. Some Napa, some carrots. Might do a spread with dough, just cause why not? Right? Oh, should I check? I check on the pork here, and it's ready to go. I gotta ladle it out. Pork slices out. Good. You know what? I want to make sure it's nice and tender and like breaks apart easily. I'm gonna let it just go for maybe a 30 some more minutes. Hopefully my fire alarm is off. That one just went on a little bit longer than I'd like. That's fine. You can actually see the smoke.
Yeah, yep.
But hey, no fire's gonna start here. Unless my fire alarm. Wow.
I'm honestly kind of glad my fire alarm went off. Because it stopped the incessant beeping.
Alright, let's see here. Oh yeah, doing the Bidman bet. So the cucumber's done. Zucchini's done. I just gotta do the spinach, carrot, mushroom. But before I do that, I actually want to make my lunch for today. Because
Wait, neither of those things was your lunch today?
no, those are gonna be my dinners for the next few days of the week.
Ah, okay.
I'm meal prepping for the entire week, so I don't have to worry about cooking at all.
I understand.
So
Busy.
makes eating a lot less stressful. I can just start focusing on actually just making sure I'm ready for the next day.
You're also
So
making a ton of money.
yeah. So I got myself here some leftover salmon. It's grilled salmon that's been left over, and well, I'm gonna just try and make it not nicer to eat. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it really flavorful. I'm gonna add just a little touch of soy and some
Honey. Huh.
nice, sweet, spicy not sweet spicy, but like salty spicy.
Salty.
Be happy to. Hey, Alucard.
No.
Did I mod you on YouTube?
No,
Alright.
you didn't.
Okay.
I didn't know that you were going to. I didn't think that you were going to. By the way, he doesn't really pay attention to chat all that much, especially when he's doing stuff like this, cooking. Lord Cat, I'm reading everything. Just doing. Yeah, okay.
Listen, I know I'm super. I'm not. I know I'm a little silly with something, but I can see. I can see when there's some BS going on. And Lord Cat, I'm not sure if you think you're funny, but that name is very close to something, and I don't know what you take me. And Alucard, if you don't know what I mean by that, just read what that username is. Read it in your head. I'm stupid.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you think I'm stupid? Just because if he tries to say something quick, I want you to ban him or time him out on the spot. But I'm giving him a benefit of the doubt. Maybe I am jumping the gun. But what do you think you take me for? And like, I've never seen you in my chat. And you're just gonna randomly ask me to say happy birthday to that very interesting name there. What do you take me? Sorry about that. Anyways, soy, honey, a little bit of salt, and that's really it to this. I'm not gonna really give this too much thought with this. Because I am actually gonna be making some onigiri. And the good thing about how, fish is, relative nature of fish, I don't have to cook it too much. And especially since I shredded it up in my... Nice.
It doesn't exist on YouTube. I just looked it up.
What's up?
Yeah, that name doesn't exist on YouTube. I looked it up. I'm timing this man out.
Ban him. No, don't time him out. Just ban him straight up.
Ban him.
Ban him.
Alright.
Get rid of him. Get rid of this guy. He thinks he's funny. He thinks he's real funny. Ban him. Ban this man. You unhit him. Gotta hide him again.
I hit him. I hit him.
Ah, wow. What an absolute clown moment. What an absolute idiot. My god. Listen, I'm a little stupid. But when you say stuff that's so blatantly obvious and you execute it so poorly, it's obvious. It's like saying, hey, can you say the N-word? Might as well just ask me to probably get more test.
My goodness, you caught that before me. And I say you're dense.
Listen, I'm a little dense, but when it comes to stuff to make me say some really crazy stuff, I'm sharp as a knife.
More like a tack. That's
Right.
better, by the way. It's the actual saying.
I don't know. I'm just seasoning my rice now. So. A little bit of what is it? A little bit of mirin, a little bit of vinegar, rice wine vinegar. You know, some standard sushi mix. So, because this is some sushi, right? I should probably add just a bit.
You know, what is the difference between sushi rice and, you know, other types of rice? Like, really?
Well, if you're talking about the sushi rice by itself without the seasoning, the sushi rice by itself is, it's stickier, notably a lot more sticky. That's how it can stay together a lot more. But if you're talking about with the seasoning, it has seasonings in comparison to just old white rice.
Oh, well, I knew that was going to be seasoning, and it was made. Who wants bland rice with their sushi?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Anyways, since now my rice is pretty much seasoned and cooked, nicely seasoned. I'm actually gonna go put it in a bowl.
And in the fridge.
Now I'm actually just gonna let it cool down a little bit at room
Okay. Still valid.
Oh, also, just saying, I'm just thinking about this too, just because I'm a little riled up still. Hi, honey.
He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, I know he's gone, but I'm just saying because I want to talk about it again. So, hey, if you want to be an idiot, I'm actually gonna tell you how to be an idiot correctly. If you post Roblox, that's also a bad sign. Sorry, I like Roblox too, but when you say something so obvious like that, and then you put your one video is a 10-view video of a Roblox thing, kind of cringe.
Ooh, get burnt at the stake.
I'm not trying to roast them. It's like it's what it is. It's so cringe.
But it's their only video, so it really.
You know, if anything, I should have probably said it because then I could probably get canceled, and if I get canceled, I get attention because cancel culture is kind of dumb. I'm saying all the really bold things.
You are getting very, very. You're getting up. You're getting bold.
Quinoa, quinoa. That's really good. You eat quinoa?
I've had quinoa. It's not something I eat very often.
I personally really like it. It's really healthy, apparently. There's like omega-3s and other sort of stuff in it.
I know it is. I've read the nutritional value of it. It's just not something. Well, when I cooked it well, but it wasn't seasoned properly. It wasn't seasoned properly.
Well, I hate to say it then, but that sounds like a skill issue then.
It was a skill issue, but I didn't have a recipe, and I thought, hey, put this and this, and it might taste good. I was wrong.
Well, if you want a simple way of just having quinoa for what it is, wash the quinoa, make sure that you just cook it correctly, and when you cook it correctly, just some olive oil and lemon, that's all you need.
Olive oil and lemon?
Yeah, olive oil and lemon.
Are we talking about lemon zest or just lemon juice?
Lemon juice is fine, but both is preferred. Alright.
You know what? I think I've said this a few times. I was allergic to lemons.
It sounds familiar. Like, back of my hand. Sounds familiar.
When I was younger, I was actually hospitalized for it.
Are you sure that... Wait, can you eat lemons now or no?
No. It's not now. I can literally chug lemonade and not have a problem.
Then could you say that it was just like maybe a product mishap?
It was an allergy that I had grown out of.
Oh, I would think that it'd just be like a mishap with like a product, or like maybe you just ate a bad lemon.
No, it was an allergic reaction that closed my throat.
Ah.
Yeah, this man could not breathe.
This man being you, yeah?
Yes.
Alright.
This man being me.
Yeah, the thing about quinoa, it's not like...
Oddly enough, with quinoa, I think you'd need to add salt, but maybe not. The acidity from the lemon probably adds, a good punch of flavor. You don't really need salt.
I mean, of course you would want to add salt to the quinoa, but, that's just kind of standard for anything. Want to add a little salt of anything. Alright.
Salt hurt.
Now my quinoa's cooking for the quinoa bowl I'm gonna make later. I have that cook, let that cool down. Try to be efficient with time. So I gotta make sure I get that. Quinoa is the Bitman Bat piece, and working on that. Banchan meal, Banchan. Yeah, it looks like I only got 3 more things to do, and then we're pretty much set. So, lunch for 2, but the rice is a little warm. No, actually, you know what? That's fine. I can work with it.
Like I said, you kind of should have put it in the fridge.
Yeah, that's fine. Thing about rice, though, you want to always use... Sorry, I needed another ingredient, my bonito flake. But if you ever make sushi, a good way to make sure that the rice stops sticking, which is I was really the most worried about, you always want to have a little water nearby so it doesn't stick to you as much.
Valid because starch that comes from it.
Yep. So onigiri, make a little nice and watered or whatever you want. And make a nice little flat thing. A touch of my snowflakes. Center, not too much. And I'm gonna salmon center like that. Try and mash it together.
Damn it, this isn't Twitch. I wish you had a throne. I'd actually suggest getting molds.
Well, I don't need a mold.
I beg to differ.
It's just that my hands were sticking to it. But now I'm just going to mold into a rice ball. I've done this before. I've made it for a project in my school. My cooking school. Now I'm just gonna make sure I can square it off. Or triangle it off. Shape it up a bit. Sure it's nice and flat and presentable, like an actual onigiri ball. There you go. See? Don't need no mold. I know how to do it. It's just that it looks a little naked because it's, well, missing the thing. So, but there you go. There's the onigiri.
The jelly-filled donut.
Jelly-filled donut.
Oh, come on. You know the Pokemon joke had to come from somewhere.
Yeah, I know. But it doesn't mean I have to like it. Alright, I'm gonna put them on sheet trays then. So they're just on parchment sheet trays just so they don't. Right. Another one. And it's kind of just rinse and repeat at this.
Yep.
I like making on. It's very relaxing.
Absolutely.
I back how it goes. It goes good. We're finishing up things as we go. I'm now working on onigiri. Salmon onigiri. I wanted to do some spam ones too, but I actually think I pulled a little bit too much salmon. Really neat. But I'm a person that does not want to waste the food, so I'll save the spam for another time. Maybe I'll just make some spam onigiri.
Who tried to make Salty say something very stupid.
Huh?
I said I also banned somebody that tried to make Salty say something very stupid.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I mean, it's funny, but it's kind of funny in the sense that, oh wow, he's stupid. He's laugh at him.
Exactly.
I'm just kind of surprised that you didn't catch that.
Me too. Me too.
Like, it's so obvious.
I also don't even have my glasses on right now, to be honest.
Salty say Among Us. Among Us. Amogos. Among Us. Sussy. Mogo. Mogos. Mugus. Mungus. Among Us. Sussy. Is that what you wanted?
Okay, I'm gonna time him out. I'm joking.
You can't time me out. I'm the one.
Talking about you, I'm talking about this guy, the best badness. Jeez, if I tried to time you out, I'd get demodded.
Oh yeah, that's just Oh, you like being mod for like 5 minutes?
I didn't have to be mod. I like watching you.
Yeah. And that's the exact reason why I want you to be my mod, because you watch me.
Fine.
Not paying you though. I don't got money for that.
That does not matter. I make plenty. The only time you're going to be paying me is when I beat whoever I beat in that freaking Connect 4 tournament.
Yes. Someone we need. I'm gonna advertise that. Connect 4 I have a Connect 4 tournament. Anyone can join. If you win in the Connect 4 tournament, you get $50. That's it.
Sign up is in the Discord. All you have to do is have an emote.
You don't even need that. You just and I'll just write your name down.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, beauty ball number. All right, I can only need one more donut, but it looks.
Donut. Yes, let it consume you. The darkness. Dark Vader.
kind of just thinking in the back of my head, is this actually going to be enough food for me for a week? I would like to think it is. I hope it is.
But if you over-prepare, then it doesn't hurt if you over-prepare.
Well, worst comes to worst, I do have my, oh no, I have no food reserve. Which is a very big mouthful, I understand, but there are some food I got to where it's like, if I have no food at all, I have to pull it out, and it's frozen. It's like little tea meals that I've made. So it's like,
You
oh.
also have the power of mom.
Of what?
Mom. Your mother.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't really need her in that sense. I kind of can do whatever. I'm always fine when it comes to. And also, worst comes to worst, DoorDash. Ordering
Yes,
food.
DoorDash is a thing. Even though DoorDash is so freaking expensive unless you have Dash Pass, but
Yeah.
I refuse to pay for a freaking service.
I have Dash Pass, so I'm not one to worry.
I'm sorry. Someone as cheap as you has Dash Pass?
I use DoorDash a lot. It's just because I use DoorDash a lot, and it's like, you know what? At this point, I might as well buy it.
I think DoorDash, to me, DoorDash is a bit of a location issue. I'm literally basically across the street from almost every restaurant in my area.
Yeah.
I could walk down to the bar to watch the football game.
Yeah, I cannot.
The area I live in is safe because it's right close to the freaking police department and the fire department.
Ooh. It was dropped to the floor. My jelly donuts.
I need to stop before I dox myself.
You're really good at that, you know? And if it's not just you, it's others. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. I know, that was a rib. I haven't said where you are in a while.
But you still said it, though. It's
Your
whatever.
height. It's funny. I mean, you don't really care, but honestly...
Hey, all I want to know is that as long as you don't know who I am, who I look like, and that's all I really care about. The anonymity is why I'm a VTuber, you know? In my head, why would I be any...
VTuber?
Yeah, in any other way, why else would I be a VTuber? Because to be fair, being a VTuber is a lot of setup, so if I wanted to not be a VTuber and wanted to just cook with my face, that would be so much more easier. But the anonymity is so nice.
You see, if I were to actually get big, I'd love to actually just have a persona where I just wear a mask. That way I could walk around in a crowd and not be bothered.
Like Dream?
No, not like freaking Dream. I don't... Everybody knows what Dream looks like anyway.
Don't put the mask on. Don't know. How do you know what he looks like? That's the mask.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he has the mask on. He put it back on.
Don't compare what I want to do to Dream.
No, in the wrong context, someone could take that in a very weird way. What do you mean?
Oh my gosh.
Like, you'd be trying, like, it would probably be, it'd be weird, because someone would think that you're, like, a psychotic murderer or something.
It's true, but it really, all I want to do is, well, create music.
Huh? Sorry, I wasn't listening there. I was cleaning stuff.
I said, really, all I want to do is create music.
there's this stupid thing in the way, and I can't see what that thing.
What is the mask? What? That's what the mask is for.
But the mask is.
Oh no,
Is-
no, yeah. You're getting timed out. Dream.
Dream? Timing out Dream. Oh my god, imagine that.
No, this guy is actually using stuff from freaking Dream.
So this is gonna be my lunch. I made one really big onigiri, but I'm gonna have a little fun with it because I'm going to hear it. Why'd you time out?
He mentioned Dream.
Oh my god, you don't need that's alright, you lost your powers, abuse of power.
Okay, I'm going to take him out. Can I take him out of timeout?
Do it.
Can I?
Yes. Actually, no, I don't think you can.
Okay, this is the only time I'm doing that. That's because he mentioned Dream, and Dream is absolutely freaking cringe.
Yeah, but this guy isn't. He's cool.
Oh, he should be still watching.
Hide user on this channel, put user in timeout, add as moderator. Oh my god, I can't believe you did. This isn't Twitch!
It's 5 minutes.
That's 5 whole minutes!
300 seconds.
300 seconds. He's probably. I'm not sure how it is to even be, like, timed out on YouTube.
Being timed out on YouTube, you're just watching the stream. Not able to message.
Still, that's kind of sad.
He's gonna be fine. Just know that I thought that I could actually undo it.
Yeah. Worst mod.
If you want to demod me, then you can demod me.
Oh, it's already been done, friend. When the time is right, you'll gain your power once more, but now I've revoked you. You have lost your power. Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Bread. Yeah, that's right. We're not just cooking today, we're baking too. Bread. Though I might not bake this actually on stream, it's just that I need to get some of it done. I made sourdough the other day and I wanted to finish it, but, you know, I couldn't because time issue. So, okay.
That's sourdough?
How to punch it down.
Punch the air.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Can't forget. Ah, look at that beautiful golden brown color.
Absolutely.
Can't see it on screen, but trust me, it is golden brown. Okay, I'm gonna try and make this. Oh, I'm gonna try and make it 600 grams. I'm gonna try and make these a little. And how heavy is this thing? 800. Right.
Those are gonna be some big loaves.
Well, this one is. The other one's gonna be kind of small.
Yeah.
This one, my normal standard size for whenever I make sourdoughs, usually around 600, 800 to like 1,000 grams. So the one that I have right here is gonna be pretty standard.
Your normal size, and the other one's gonna be slightly smaller.
Yeah.
Actually, about a fourth smaller.
Give or
Actually,
take.
a fourth smaller.
I'm noticing there's a lot of people watching today. That's weird. Why? Why are you out of here?
Because they want to be.
But you know what? I don't like that many people.
Well, too bad. You have 333 subscribers. Yes.
I got 333.
Yes.
Dang.
Your channel has grown to over 300 subscribers.
Why?
And it's still going.
Hey, they. Oh, hi, Minna! He's a shy boy.
You saw me get modded and demodded.
Unmodding, any %. Yeah, it wouldn't be a stream for me if there was baking, so... Yeah, I'm not exactly baking, but I'm preparing to bake, so that's close enough. To be fair, it's a really cruddy shape I'm doing. A lot better. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let this bench rest. But not on an actual...
Yeah, what is that thing that you're putting that loaf in?
The what?
What is that thing that you just pull out to put the loaf in?
Oh, these are called battens.
Huh.
Or if you want a simpler way of calling them, they're just bread baskets. That's really what they all are. They're just used for, well, keeping the sourdough shape. Alright, but I am gonna let them bench rest so they can get a much more uniform and looking shape. I'm just gonna put them on my other cutting board I have and let them do its thing. Let them bench rest. Get a clean towel. Let them rest and do their thing. Good night, my sweet summer child.
Oh man, this was not an accident.
My quinoa's finally cooked. That's a plus. I once accidentally timed someone out in my French stream when I was putting my phone in my pocket. That's fun. Onigiri. Wow, look at that. So, and I use a non-stick pan because I'm lazy. Yeah, now I gotta take a picture because it's kind of cute, and I need to get my tablet.
Look at this. Look at him. He said that was funny. He said it was funny.
Oh, okay. Remod him. That was funny. All right. Well, you know what? If that's what the people want.
Spoken.
Chat has spoken. If he wants it back, he gets it back. All right, hold on. I actually gotta go move away from my thing real quick because I want to take a picture of my onigiri.
Take a picture of it. Yes.
Crispy. All right, I'll be back. Mod a la carte. Right. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, my tablet. Open that. Okay. I meal repped all. Oh my god, why? I hate how this thing is in the way. I don't care about the red heart emoji thing. I want to see what they're saying.
So far you have a...
I prepped a bunch of onigiri to... Ah! Oh, that's funny.
Onigiri?
Yeah, so...
And you also have a pork soup of some sort.
It's not a soup. It's a braise.
Ah, braise, okay.
So yeah, the food that we have made so far, the bossam, I'm letting that cool down at this point because it's cooked. And then in the hold on. Recipe blatantly mentioned that I should let it cool down in the liquid to make sure it retains a bunch of juice. So my balsam or boiled pork is being cooled down as we speak over there. You can see it right there. Thing. The spicy cold noodles or the bimnim guksu that has been made and is just waiting to be delicious. I gotta do some simple meats for my banchan meal. A quinoa bowl. The quinoa is being cooked. The other components are being cooked as we speak as well. Bibimbap. That's also something we gotta work on. The salmon soup is already done. I just gotta heat it up.
You think you might need to actually check on the quinoa?
No, not really. Cooking, but you know what? Enough chatter. It's time to eat. Yes, food time. What? How do you say it in Japanese? It's like itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu.
I took a very big bite.
Don't choke.
I committed to a really big bite. Hold on.
Yeah.
Eat the ducky mouth.
That's one way to pronounce it. It's to help.
Yo, this is good and all, but you know what this needs? A little soy.
Called it.
Not all of it, just a little soy. Oh my god.
I know. Still, I called it soy sauce.
Oh.
I didn't say all. I said I called it.
By the way, remember when you were saying about like sandwiches and stuff? This is what I mean by sandwich. Yeah, remember?
Would you call it a sandwich?
I mean, would you call a crustable a sandwich?
Yes. But the thing is, that's actually made with bread.
Rice? The rice is the bread.
I mean, it functions in a way as it, but it functions as a rice uncrustable. Okay.
Yeah, this is good though. Dry, because I'm just taking really big bites. Yeah, this is good.
Sometimes you need to savor the flavor. What if I brought my boom mic all the way down here? Is that better? It's lower down to the floor, and I'm leaning back. That's actually worse. Better.
That was good. Feel full. Feel ready to cook some more food. Hey.
Okay, so you've eaten lunch.
Lunch is done. Lunch is over. Time to get to the next thing. Balsam wrap. So I got my tortillas here that I have roasted lightly. Now I'm just gonna compose them. So I got some of a cabbage here, a little there, and what else do I want to put? else does frequently? Oh yeah, carrot. So I can't actually finish this right now, but putting the cabbage on. Gotta put stuff away.
Seeing the cross section of that cabbage, it was beautiful.
Gotta move away. Okay. Now, I actually need to do some stuff for the other things, the other components. And we're gonna hit a few birds with one stone here. All kind Alright, so I put on that I wanted to do soy mushrooms, and those are easy. All I have to do is cook down the mushroom and then add soy sauce to rehydrate. Because what I do when I want to make like a nice flavored mushroom, I try to cook it out as much as I can, like all the liquid out. And then when I cook all the liquid out, I introduce it with either some sort of wine or maybe soy sauce that I'm doing for this. So as it's cooking and as it's has little as it's like cooking, the flavors and liquids I put back into it rehydrates it, kind of intensifies the flavor. So I got some nice shiitake cut mushroom. I think shiitakes or the baby bellas. Just let them roast in the pan. Also, grab some carrot. Carrot.
Those mushrooms just look like button mushrooms, is all they look like.
It might be baby bella mushroom.
Baby Bella, yeah.
Here. I wash them then. The thing about these carrots, I'm actually gonna throw them in together with my my cucumber pickles because they're gonna be pickled, the carrots at least, and yeah. I'm also not gonna peel these carrots because one, I'm lazy. Two, nutrition. Yeah. Especially when I need to focus a bit more on my own nutrition, it's a definite must.
Oh. Baby Bella are actually button mushrooms. That's the common slang for it.
Yeah, baby bellas, portobellas, and button mushrooms are all the same thing. They're just at different stages of its life.
Of development, yes.
Yes. Like the portobellas are the adults. The baby bellas are the, well, in between, and then the buttons are the, I mean, not the babies. But they all taste the same. It's just the matter of moisture, I guess. I think. Something to do.
I like to make stuffed mushrooms with those things.
I'm gonna be honest here and say that I don't really like stuffed mushrooms. I think they're just kind of,
I mean,
you know,
everybody has their own taste.
just kind of.
Everybody has their own taste. I don't make them often. I only make them during things like wintertime or fall. You know, mushrooms actually are very good for picking. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a cook.
No, I am not. I just kind of know how to cook.
He works in the restaurant. Don't let him fool you.
No. Actually, I don't work in a restaurant. I work at a members club.
That only makes it better. People pay thousands of dollars to get a membership to that club. And also, they eat the food that you make in that club that they spend thousands of dollars for.
Yeah.
You outed yourself. You made yourself look better.
Well, I'm not saying I am better. I'm just saying how it is. Oh man, I gotta sharpen this knife. It's not really as sharp as it should be.
When you cut yourself one day and you were bleeding basically the entire day from like your thumb or one of your fingers.
See, the funny thing is, I have never cut myself with a knife before, but I've cut myself on many other things. I've cut myself on cardboard. I have cut myself on tinfoil. I have cut myself with a peeler, but I have yet to cut myself on a knife. Isn't that strange?
It's not, because I know how careful you are with it now.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Also, so the fact that actually bled all day seems like there's a problem.
Yeah, I think you might have diabetes, or is it something else?
No, not diabetes. Hemophilia.
Oh, hemophilia.
Hemophilia is a problem with clotting, with the blood actually clotting.
Hmm.
You have an inability to, well,
Clot properly.
stop yourself from bleeding, and that or it takes a long time.
To bleed out.
Yeah, you can bleed out. Cut big enough. Well, anybody can, but yours, well, someone with hemophilia has a significantly higher risk.
It's more easy to bleed out if you have hemophilia.
Yes. Your blood is not necessarily thinner, it just has an inability to clot.
The difficulty. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a skill issue, but that might be pushing the envelope a bit too much there.
More like a genetic lottery. Because as far as I know, hemophilia, it's not all that rare, but it is kind of a more rarity.
Yeah. Just because it's rare doesn't mean it doesn't make it any less severe, though.
Yeah, it doesn't.
If anything, it would make it more severe. If a disease is rare, that means
I
it's...
cut my thumb with my knife just a little while ago by just pushing on the blade a little bit by accident, and it stopped bleeding within the hour.
I must clot pretty quickly then, because I usually stop bleeding after like 20 minutes or so.
That's well. When I say within the hour, I didn't know the exact time frame. It also depends on the severity of the cut.
Yeah, I gotta sharpen this a lot more.
I need to get my sharpener from my grandparents' house or just buy a new one.
Alright.
I don't want to step foot in their house again.
Mushrooms are nicely cooked. And I finish it with a little story.
By the way, do you use a normal sharpener or do you have like a wet sharpener?
Wait, I can't hear you right now.
Don't worry.
Alright, here we go. What's up?
Do you use like a normal sharpener for your knife? You know, just a cheap one, or do you have a wet sharpener?
I have an actual oil whetstone.
Okay, that's awesome. That's actually awesome.
Yeah, I like to indulge a little bit.
You know, you use your knives, so there is something that you can actually indulge in.
Yeah. Also, it constitutes me on just like it's a necessity, just because I need my knives constantly sharp.
Well, yeah, it's a necessity because you cook.
Yeah.
you don't really eat out a whole lot. You cook. And like you said, in college, you also cooked a lot in college too.
Yep. What I do. It's funny because I used to hate cooking. I usually let my parents do all that, but then I just wanted to cook one.
You saw
What
that it
happened
was
happened.
fun. It seems that you do really have a passion for it.
I
That
can do it.
and baking too.
I think, if anything, I honestly probably have more of a love and passion for baking than I do cooking. Cooking is kind of like a side hobby.
Understandable. That is. It's absolutely understandable.
I have
'Cause
some nice.
I see your bread, and I actually want some.
Oh, bread. I thought you saw red, and it's like, oh, geez, okay.
No,
that's not good.
bread.
Bread.
No.
Okay. Well, the spinach, I'm just gonna quickly just do a very simple and easy way of cooking. And this is kind of nice. Not like baby spinach. It's like not adult exactly, but like, it's just how spinach should be. It's not like your baby spinach you would eat for salads and stuff, you know?
It's just simply spinach.
Yes. It is nothing more than just what it is. Spinach. Spinach! The great thing about spinach, though, is I don't even have to cook it for too long. I just gotta let it touch the pan for just a few minutes. Then once I'm done with that, I put it in a container, and then I have to worry about that when I want to heat it up again.
Spinach does not have a long shelf life. Really
It doesn't, but it has a longer shelf life when you cook it.
Yes, that is true.
I'm actually gonna steam it because it helps cook it a little bit. So I put a
I
little
need to
water and
actually
I'm putting
steam
another
both
pan
my
over top.
spinach.
Gonna cook it out with all that steam. So all the top on the stuff on the bottom and top. And I love spinach. I do too.
I like to put spinach on a burger, oddly enough.
I do too. I like it. I also like putting spinach in pasta as well, and
yes,
that's where it really shines.
Absolutely.
Just adds a bit more color, and it's just nice.
And there's
It's not
also
like
a good
too
flavor to it too. It's not bad. It's just delicious.
Also, just kind of simple. Right.
Simple is not bad.
Oh, I'm
The
not saying
Italians
it's
will tell you that.
I'm not saying that, but it is what it is. It's a very simple flavor. You know what? Before I actually throw it in the container, I gotta salt it. I gotta salt my spinach. There's flavor.
I had spinach in my tortellini. It was delicious.
Mmm. Florentine. Okay, sesame spinach. Cooked. All ready to go. Alright, let me see. Let me go down my list here. Alright. Okay, so soy mushrooms are done. Sesame spinach is done. Pickled carrots are done. Balsam is pretty much done. The quinoa bowl is pretty much done. I got a lot of leftovers for it. So, let me just see. That meat. That is done. Done. Banchan stuff. I mean, I just gotta do rice and that's gonna be more time up. Yeah, that's that. I think that's all the meal prep for today. That's pretty close at this point. They're salting the spinach. Sorry, not sorry. I don't know. I'm just chilling right now. I'm absorbing that energy. Good. Chill kind of day.
Absolutely. I don't work today, actually.
Well, there's only actually a few more things I gotta work on. It's the miso soup, which is kind of annoying of how I make it.
Well, there is one thing I will say. The only reason why I don't work today is because I'm taking a double shift tomorrow.
Enough.
I'm going to be working 20 hours straight.
That budget, that paycheck's gonna look real nice.
Yeah. I mean, Halloween doesn't give double pay, but the only reason why I'm taking it is because one of my coworkers, she has lupus.
I don't know what that is.
And it's a debilitating disease.
Okay.
It will eventually
Be fatal?
yes, and it's almost there for her.
Aw.
She wants to spend as many holidays, as much time as she can with her kids before that happens.
Not to sound mean, but man, that's kind of dark for what we're trying to do today.
I know, I'm sorry. Let's change the subject.
Yeah, so I'm doing the bossam right now. The braised pork.
Yeah, the bossam was absolutely
good.
beautiful.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna just cut a little bit off so it's more even. Because I wanna. It looks good. So I wanna taste what it is. Ooh.
The verdict is
Very, very soft. Still, despite how long it was cooked. Nice pork flavor. You can taste a bit of the dojang, the bean paste. Good, actually. I like it. Not like incredibly like debilitating fatty. Also very, very pleasant.
Mm. I will
So
say
now
pork
gonna
has
add
actually grown on me a little bit more.
Huh?
You want to know why?
Why
I
what?
figured the only kind of cut of pork that I really don't like, besides all the disgusting parts like the eyes and shit like that, the ham. I don't like ham.
Not sure what you're talking.
I just don't like ham.
I mean, that's fair. You don't like it, you don't like it. I personally think it's a fine cut.
Mm.
So, that's just me.
It has a weird taste to it.
Now, are you talking about like cured ham or like ham?
Well, typically how you get it is cured, basically.
Not all. The uncured ham, in my opinion, tastes a lot better.
It might actually taste better.
Does it actually taste like, well, not pork, because it definitely doesn't taste like pork, but it tastes better.
And I honestly have no qualms with pork belly either, actually.
Pork belly is always. Pork belly is just in my honest opinion, the pork belly is like the tenderloin of the beef. A little overrated, but it's overrated for a reason. It's a good overrated, you know? Although I'm gonna go out and say that beef tenderloin filet mignon is kind of boring.
I honestly can't argue there. I don't eat much filet mignon.
Fillets are just so lean. It's boring. The only reason why, like,
lean. They're actually too lean. I don't know why there's such a prized cut of meat.
Because it's so tender. That's the only thing. That's the only reason why it's so good. because it's so naturally tender. But there's no intermuscular fat. There's no real flavor. The only thing you're tasting is just
piece of like Japanese Wagyu is more tender.
yeah. That's like saying the sun is bright. Yeah, the most tender part of the body is tender. Wow.
Ooh. Absolutely.
I'm more particular about pork though than I am about beef. Yeah, I can understand that. Just due to the nature
I
of
am
what
more
a pig.
particular about pork. I will never eat bologna.
Okay. Not a huge fan of it. Okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not. If you knew what that thing was made out of, which you probably do.
Listen, I've eaten guinea pig before. Food does not matter to me. Yes, you know
My
those.
roommate's got a guinea pig. Well, not my roommate. She's going to be my roommate next year.
Either way around it, I've eaten beaver sausage. That's actually kind of good. Beaver sausage is actually really tasty.
It's not a surprise. I've had that before. Have you had alligator?
Yes. Your fritters?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So chewy.
Have you had rattlesnake before?
Yes.
Okay, it tastes like chicken.
Yeah, it tastes like chicken. It's a lot like alligator, but somehow more deep.
It's actually more tender, more flavorful than. Yeah. Sukimon knows. Yeah. He knows that bologna is made out of eyes and ears and feet and brain.
Well, some people really like scrapple. Know what scrapple's made out of?
I don't even want to know.
Everything. And people love scrapple. No, I personally just don't like it. Also, it's a pain to cook.
You know, the Irish love haggis.
Oh, don't even talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's part of my heritage right there.
Heritage is weird.
I'm also Norwegian, so there's also surströmming. No, that's Swedish.
Swedish. Okay, let's see. I don't have to do one more thing because I just the wraps are done. The bibimbap is already prepped and nice. The cold noodles are done. Yeah, yeah, that's some nicely cooked quinoa there. And having a rice cooker is so great. Because you think like, oh, you can only cook rice, but you know, you can cook other things.
There's a lot of things that you can cook in a rice cooker.
Yeah.
You can even use it as a sous vide.
You could. It's a little weird, but also I have an honest take about sous vide.
Probably is. I've never done it.
I have the sous vide stick, but here's my take. Learn how to cook. Or actually, wait. Let me just rephrase that. If you have a sous vide, you know how to cook to begin with. So why do you want to take 10 more minutes to learn how... Why do you want to take like 5 more hours to do the same thing that you could do if you already know how to cook something? It doesn't make sense. Even if you try and do something fancy like a sous vide fried chicken, I've tried to make before, but it's so weird. It's like too juicy, which, you know, you might think that's not a bad thing. It is. It's weird, and the breading, it doesn't stick correctly.
Mushy.
Mushy. Weird.
Ew.
Ugh, nasty. I don't like it. Sous vide is overrated. Hot take.
I mean, the only thing I'd say sous vide is good for is steaks.
Even that, just learn how to cook a steak correctly.
You're right. Medium rare is best, though. Medium rare is best.
Cook to rare, let it rest, get to medium. That's how it should be done. If you want to get a perfectly cooked medium or medium rare steak, cook it to rare, let it rest.
Well, you're always supposed to let it rest.
But some people
let it rest
don't.
For as long as you cooked it.
But some people don't like letting things rest. That's the thing.
Oh no! That's when you ruin the integrity of the steak and all of the juices spill out.
And also you get
into it.
You also get a disgusting like gray ring. It's very unbearable.
Ew. If I see somebody immediately cut into a steak after they cook it, I know that they don't know how to cook steak.
The only steak I would want like cut immediately after. The only thing I want to cut thing that would anything like that. I don't think there really is. I was gonna say maybe a short rib, but like the only real good way I like a short rib cooked is if you braise it. That doesn't really count. Like braised short ribs are so great. Love them.
By the way, what are you going to be using that kind of like a? Is it a broth now, or what is it? Is it... something in that big blue pot.
Well, honestly,
that's a nice pot, by the way.
It's a nice touch up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna try and have it as like a bone broth and just sip on it maybe for today.
I don't know if you're being serious or not.
Yeah, very serious. I actually don't even know what it's gonna really do. You're supposed to discard it, but I want to see at least.
You're supposed to discard that?
Yeah.
Why? When you can use it.
Or exactly my point.
I see you're bringing out tofu.
This cool thing. It's a spray, but you can fill it with oil, and then
yeah.
You don't have to use that can in that cancer. The canned cancer.
Don't use. Yeah. Seed oils are trash.
I like myself a nice rice bran. I've kind of come to terms to like, you know what? I need to find a different alternative.
I'm talking about seed oils. I'm talking about the oils that you find like on the shelves, like canola oil, grapeseed oil, those kind of oils.
Sunflower seed oil is pretty good though. I like sunflower.
Sunflower seed oil is good. Cold pressed canola oil, I will say that is a difference. Avocado oil, olive oil, cold pressed, those are acceptable.
Oh, olive oil, if you said anything bad about it, you're just objectively wrong.
Oh yeah, you are objectively wrong if you say something about olive oil.
Yeah.
And avocado oil. Avocado oil is actually better for you than olive oil, though. Better for you.
Yeah, but olive oil is a little bit more easy to get your hands on and to produce than avocados.
Well, I live in Texas, so I don't have that problem. Mexico is literally right next door.
Fair enough, but still. Those are some bloody avocados to get on your hands there.
No.
Nah, I don't care about it that much. I'm just joking around.
Maybe I'll mail you a bottle. I have a giant bottle of avocado oil in my pantry.
Oh yeah, that and this avocado oil here is expensive. Like it's double the amount.
Are you serious? It's like $40 a bottle?
More like 20.
$20 a bottle. Okay,
Yes.
We're still paying like, nah, it's not double the amount. It's more like a fourth more.
For a bottle like this of olive oil, it's like $12, or like $8. But if I wanted that of avocado oil, it'd be like $24.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually kind of average.
Yeah, I'd rather just get olive oil.
Fair enough.
Alright. Bologna just sounds like the pig versions of home nuggets. I mean, not far from the truth, so I wouldn't say you're wrong.
Yeah, he's probably not wrong. It's one of the reasons why I don't like McDonald's nuggets.
I'm not gonna lie. I like McDonald's, but not for the nuggets anymore. I just like their fries.
You know what's sad?
What?
I don't even like the fries.
Fair enough. The fries are, you gotta make sure you just get
They
them.
used to cook them in beef tallow, which is why they were so delicious. Now they just cook them in normal freaking vegetable oil.
I thought they did rice oil. Or that's probably like Japan McDonald's.
That's probably Japan.
I hear that. Okay, I actually did hear that like the McDonald's in Japan is like a lot better. I'm not sure by how much.
If you've seen it in a place like Japan, it's probably better. The quality of meat is better. The quality of ingredients is better. It's just better, okay? Because it's Japan.
Yeah.
The only thing I can say is the absorbent prices on their fruit is absolutely disgusting.
The what?
The prices on their fruit. Have you seen the prices on their fruit?
Yeah, because their fruits have a lot more quality.
No.
They're also bigger. Like, have you seen the size of grapes online that you?
Yeah. I can find grapes. I can find grapes that big at Sam's Club.
Fair enough. I don't know what Sam's Club is.
I'm ashamed of what it is, really, because it's owned by Walmart. It's literally named after Sam Walton.
Not allowed to see that much. Walmart hate.
The thing is, they have incredible ingredients there. That's where I found the 2 fillets of sockeye salmon.
At Walmart?
No, Sam's Club.
Ah, okay. I was gonna say that's a nice Walmart then, because like I don't see that.
It's Sam's Club. And the thing is, the reason why I got it is because this sockeye salmon was over a pound more than the other one for like a little over $1 more. Actually, a little under. I think it was like 96 cents more.
We enjoy Walmart for the stories. Yeah. And also, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the prices. Kill me. I like a good deal.
Yeah, I mean it. I just wish we had a Costco.
My parents live in Costco, so I try to utilize that. Like, hey, can you go get this at Costco? I'll pay you the money back. I'm like, yeah, sure. So.
I mean, Sam's Club has the same premise. It is a warehouse store. Which means the deals are absolutely freaking amazing because they sell everything in bulk.
Honestly, like how it is nowadays, buying in bulk is just the best thing too.
Oh yeah. Like when you can buy a ginormous bottle. This bottle barely fits in the shelf in my pantry without having to put it sideways. It's a giant bottle. I've got 2 of them of avocado oil. Each one was $12.
Oh, wow, that's as much as I spend on avocado oil. I mean, olive oil. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why. there really is no reason to what I'm doing right now, but
You're just
whenever I make
slicing
miso
up
soup,
tofu.
I really like to sear my tofu. It really doesn't really matter, especially when it gets back. When I reintroduce the tofu into the broth, because it just gets soft again. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
the visuals, really all. We love bulk
You mean to
prices
say
for
it doesn't
spices.
add anything to
Oh,
the flavor searing it?
100%. Bulk prices for spices? Oh, yes.
Oh, heck yes.
So, if you
no
want to
idea
talk
how
about bulk
bad I
prices
would-
and spices, you want to get whole spice. Whole spice not only lasts longer, but it's just a lot more quality.
But the thing is, if I want to get spices, I know a place where I can get like the highest quality spices, like where you can find literally whole nutmeg that you can just pick out of a big barrel and get your own.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's called freaking Sprouts. That's what it is.
Routes. And I don't know where that would be.
There's plenty of them. It's a chain, but it's wonderful. Last time I went there, they actually had Buddha's hand.
Oh, that's cool.
It was the first time I ever saw it here in America. They're
Get
not
them
really
in
an
America.
import store. Well, they are an import store. They import food. They had Japanese purple potatoes. They had a whole bunch of other wonderful stuff there.
Okay, purple potatoes or ube? Is it there? Because they can get easily confused.
I think they were literally called purple sweet potatoes.
Okay. Alright, so, miso. How do I make miso soup? Because I feel like there's like 20,000 ways to make miso. I get a pot of boiling water and I get my miso. I throw it in and then that's it. That's my miso broth.
By the way, I'm glad that I haven't annoyed you.
Yeah, not yet. Okay, miso. Oh, I just need to just mix it together. I gotta. And then I'm gonna add a nice little packet of snowflakes. I'm gonna add some of my combo. And then yeah, that's pretty much all I have to do. As I'm doing this, I'm also gonna shape up my sourdough a bit. Make sure it's ready to get thrown in the oven when that time comes. Speaking of that. Great. Potato flakes. Throw them in. Because I'm the person that. Not one, not half, not the whole entire thing. Then I gotta
If you
add like.
honestly, it's something that just popped into my head. If you honestly think Sprouts is impressive, you should see H-E-B.
H&B. Don't know what.
H-E-B is an enormous grocery store that was founded in Texas.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go out and say it. You really like telling people where you live, don't you?
Texas is giant. Okay, good luck finding me.
But still, I'm just saying. You really like letting people know.
I don't feel threatened by anybody.
Huh?
Like I said, I don't feel threatened by anybody.
Okay. How many pieces of kombu? think I'm gonna have soup for 3 days. I think that just makes sense. 3 soups, 3 days, the combo. I think that just only makes sense, no? Never gonna try it again.
Adashi.
Yeah, dashi.
Mm-hmm.
Make some real ramen.
I remember the last time we made ramen, you used soba noodles.
No, I think I made the noodles. I didn't get soba noodles. I made. For me,
Okay.
if you have to make ramen, you always have to use fresh, because fresh noodles can absorb the broth itself. When you use like a dried pasta or anything like that, I find it that it's just like so. I don't know what the word is to use. It's so. It's gonna be weird to say it, but it's really dry. The noodles.
The noodles are dry. Huh.
Yeah, I know, it's a weird thing to say, no?
There is a difference between fresh and, packaged.
Of course. Boo is in.
Okay, so you kind of redeemed yourself, because that was kind of freaking haunting me, because those were straight noodles.
I'm not sure when I'm gonna stream next, but you know what I'm definitely wanting to next?
What?
The season's coming, and I think it only constitutes to make some apple pie and pumpkin. I think that only just makes sense, no?
Holy mo! I'm sorry, but you're bringing the Texan on that one. That was like, my goodness, those are like some of my favorite freaking desserts on the face of the planet.
Apple turnovers. I kind of prefer turnovers over pies. But if I do get... Okay, wait. Before I start talking about that, I'm not sure if anyone else... especially you. I'm not sure if anyone else, but I have weird rules when it comes to apple pie and ice cream. So, you want to hear them?
Let's hear it.
Alright, so if you get a hot warm apple pie and it has a crust on it, then you want some ice cream. But if it's a cold apple pie with the crust on top of it, then you don't want ice cream. However, if you get an apple pie with streusel topping on top, you can kind of give or take with the ice cream. I personally don't really like ice cream on top of streusel when it's hot, but when it's cold, I like the streusel topping with ice cream then. And I don't know why, I don't know what the reasoning is, but those are the rules I live by. So,
look, everybody has their own taste, and it's apple pie.
Yes.
You can't go wrong with it.
Can't. Apple pie. But I'm trying to think, like, do I want to use Honey Crisps or Granny Smith? Because Honey Crisp apples I find are really great when making a...
Have you tried using Cosmic Crisp?
They are too sweet.
Too sweet.
Well, not too sweet. They're too mealy. Just don't work.
Interesting. Huh.
What a nice apple that can actually hold its own, like, body, I guess. So, if you get something that doesn't hold well, and it's just gonna be...
And bunch of apples actually worked kind of well for my apple turnovers.
I mean, for an apple turnover, it's not that bad, but if you're doing an apple pie, it's a lot more surface area. There's a lot more to worry about.
It would be better for you to use Honey Crisp apples, in my opinion.
Yeah. Just my only gripe with it, though, is price.
Yeah, Honey Crisp apples are more expensive.
That, and I also just don't like, I really don't like, I really don't like Granny Smith apples because they're really watery. Like, don't get me wrong, they're the perfect cooking apple, but they're just so watery. Like...
They're also, if I remember correctly, they're also incredibly acidic.
They're not incredibly acidic. They do have some acidity, which balances well. But then my counterpoint is that
Well, you use lemon juice in an apple pie anyway.
Exactly. That's my point. There's a redundancy.
Yeah. I have the recipe for my sister's salted caramel apple pie. Ooh.
I'm not sure if I want to do a streusel apple or if I want to do a lattice. Like, they're both very fun to do. I love lattice and I love streusel. But I just don't know what I would probably want. But if anything, I'm probably going to make turnovers because they are easier to have and easier to hold, and I don't need a pie container too. There's that too.
I made turnovers.
Okay.
I made salted caramel apple turnovers.
I mean, apple turnovers are just pocketed apple pies.
They are. And when I brought them to that freaking party, they were gone. I got one out of like 20 that I made.
More than a baker's dozen. That's more than a baker's dozen. I know that much.
It was a pain in the ass.
I remember the first time I did an apple pie. I was amazed by the dry salt. Amazed that the dry salt became syrup. I mixed them, and it was magical. Yeah, it's kind of funny of how little apple pie fills.
Oh yeah. All
Some
you gotta
people
do
are
is just let it
surprised
sit after stirring a little bit. Of course, there is the whole thing of you have to. I don't know. You have to let it sit out in the air after stirring it a bunch with all the ingredients, and then you start cooking it.
Yeah, just so it can you do that just so it can settle.
Mm-hmm. But it really helps the process a lot.
Yeah. Because you let the filling set and it can actually set correctly in the pie.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole reason. It's just a matter of setup.
I hope I haven't been talking too much.
That's fine. Alright. And my miso broth is pretty much done. I'm gonna leave the nori inside because just see, so I can eat that, and that's like more nutrition, right? And then when I want to heat it up, I'll just throw in my tofu so it's just easily dispersed, because I have a feeling if I just throw it in all now, I'm gonna half of the. Okay, in you go. That is a lot of. Oh yeah, I also want to show this thing, because this is another thing I have, but if I want to make this one thing, I have to wait. Because I want to do a whole fish roast. I got myself a whole fish. I actually do need to actually open it up and clean it right now, because I'm not sure if it's clean, not sure if it's been gutted and scaled.
What
so
kind of fish is it?
It is a black sea bass.
Ooh.
It was actually the cheapest
Beautiful.
one. It was only, for one whole thing, it's only $21.
Yeah.
For a whole fish, that ain't that bad.
Is me talking away from the mic actually sound better? That does.
Let's see what we got here. Oh! Wait a minute. That's two! Got two? Oh,
You
they
got
have-
two fish.
Oh, wow. I only wanted one, but I guess they gave two for the price of one then.
Lucky.
Ah, okay, and they are whole fish too. The scales are still on, and the But the scales are still on, and the fins are still on, so hey, we're gonna fabricate some fish too.
Let's see his cleaning skills in action.
It's kind of funny because out of all the things I've had to fabricate, I actually do fabricate fish pretty okay. I'm actually okay at it.
He has confidence. This is going to be good.
Gotta put stuff in the dishwasher. Alright. Because the thing is, with like most fish I get, I like to wash them. Just because they're a little slimy when you get them, so it's always just good etiquette to wash fish. It's like washing your vegetable, you know? Except that instead of a vegetable, it's a fish. Fabricate. Is that another culinary? Oh yeah. Fabricate is another. Sorry. I'm going to
He's going to clean the fish.
I'm gonna clean and cut the fish. Yes.
Yes.
Fabricate is another culinary thing. My bad. I'm actually gonna leave this paper up because what I gotta do to clean this fish is gonna be very messy. And if you cleaned fish before, you know what I'm implying.
Gotta take off the scales, gotta open it up, gotta rip out all the guts.
The guts is the easy part. The scales I find to be a lot more.
The scales is gonna be the part that gets everywhere.
But what I actually like to do, before I even do that, I like to fabricate, I like to get all the fins and stuff first. All the fins
And
really just
here's a member of PETA, well, screw you.
PETA does worse.
PETA does worse, that's why I said screw you.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really even make fun. Because it's just... You gotta feel bad for them. Like, they get themselves in such a big mess, and then oh no, blah, 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 and then you just find the contradiction more funny.
I don't think there's anybody on the face of the planet that can take PETA seriously.
PETA.
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, I'm taking off all the fins because not only is it gonna get in the way, but as a finished product, I'm not gonna want to, I'm not gonna want to eat because they're spiny and pokey and they're dangerous. It's like eating a bone. I'm not going to. Though an important thing I'm gonna try and do now, actually try and gutting fish, you gotta be very careful. It's punctured any of the actually get some of the you can actually taint some of the meat. But even before I do that, I'm feeling the scales and I'm just gonna scale everything right now. The best way to scale it is getting a knife and just kind of going against where the scales are. And yeah, this is gonna make a mess. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to really clean my kitchen.
I can already see them flying off.
You know what? I'm gonna do this the old-fashioned way. In the sink.
It's the best way to do it. You have less mess. Do you have a garbage disposal?
Still gonna smell though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it is gonna smell. It's gonna stink.
Also, the scales still get everywhere.
You put that on when you bought fish.
What's up?
No, you brought on the stink when you bought whole fish.
What about it?
The scales were gonna get everywhere in your kitchen anyway.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna still get everywhere, but I'm minimizing where they're going, and they're just gonna stay in my sink. So, don't get me wrong, they're still gonna be everywhere, but they're just gonna be in the sink.
You're gonna be finding scales 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
It's like glitter. It's hard to get rid of.
Okay. That should be all the scales for now. I just gotta get the belly, but I just gotta be careful with the belly because I don't want to puncture it and then get the guts and organs. Because not only is that gonna suck for the fish meat, but it's also gonna stink. Scaling a fish never gets more tedious. Or actually, it gets less tedious because it's always tedious. I hate doing it. It's just mostly because of the mess afterwards. That's the only thing I don't like about it.
Sorry, I'm back. I couldn't hear anything. I was feeding my dog.
Yeah, no problem. Just talking about how scaling fish is a pain.
It can be.
It can be. More or less, it is. It just always is.
Yeah.
Alright. Maybe I should ask Mina, because Mina has a good, like, fish head soup recipe. Ask her.
Sounds actually quite delightful. I have no qualms about any, well, most parts of the fish.
Anyways, the best way to actually, like, get the guts of a fish, you have to go to their disposable hole, and then you kind of cut up from. So, okay, gotta head out. Good luck with cleaning and all. Glad you could catch your stream again. Hope you can see you. Have a great rest of your. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And hey, it's probably a good time to leave. Do some.
Come on back. Some point, sometime later.
Yeah, I'm doing this kind of off camera because it's a lot easier to pull out the guts than to cut some of them out. Granted, what I think I'm doing is not exactly the most humane, I think, but it's already in my head. And you know what? I respect it. I love it. Love this fish. It's going to be giving me a lot of nourishment and all that stuff. But I try to treat it as much body of and how I'm more ceased. Give it some respect. I'm not gonna throw it at the wall or anything.
No.
Okay. Well, like that, I just completely cleaned my first fish. The scales are off, the guts have been taken out, and the fins have been cut. So I'm gonna just let this thing be. I'm gonna probably get it on a nice little paper towel so it doesn't get wet. Because the thing about fish, you either want it really dry as you can make it, or you want it on. I do not have the latter, so I have to make it as dry as possible.
So you said you were going to, like, roast these?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a whole roast. I'm not gonna do it today, when the time comes.
Yeah, you're preparing it for
yes.
for the time.
For the time being, I'm just preparing it.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, just rewrapping them. And now, I must do the same for this one. So once more, same ordeal. Cutting the fins, cutting the dorsal fin, cutting the top fin. Dorsal back fin. It just gets in the way. You don't have to clean them like this, but for me, it just gets in the way with everything else. And
It just makes things easier.
yes, it does. But I'm gonna have a little fun with this fish. This is technically an extra. First, I gotta descale it. Make some mess here. I'm gonna have a fun time trying to clean this entire kitchen now. Find scales in places where I don't think you would find normally scales. Have this strange scent in this one area that I just can't find. It's gonna be a travesty. But hey, I'm gonna have nice fish. Okay. Oh, wait, there's still a few more. Alright, just gotta peel off the rest of the scales here. There's still a few more. That should be. Okay. So I'm gonna have a little fun with this fish. It's extra. And you know what? I'm gonna fillet it. Then I'm gonna probably like it and then save it for another thing. Or I might actually go out and ask me, hey, do you have the recipe for that fish head soup? I got an extra soup and I got an extra fish and I need to get rid of it. So I might ask her.
Wonder if she's in chat.
I don't think she. I think she'd probably be asleep at this point.
Oh wait, yeah, she lives in Japan. She was in chat earlier.
Yeah, she was probably heading off to that point.
Yeah, no, probably. Because right now it'd be 2 a.m.
Is it already 1?
Yeah, it's 1:30. Well, actually, it's 1:30 p.m. Right?
Oh. Hey Google, what time is it?
2:30.
It's 2:30.
2:30 for you, 1:30 for me. You know we're in different time zones.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, either way around it, no, it actually would be 3 o'clock for her, I think. AM.
Oh yeah, it'd be 3 o'clock for her. 3:30 actually.
Well, you still get the idea. The hour.
Yeah, I get the idea.
Okay.
It'd be really early in the morning.
Now, anyways, I'm now gonna fillet this fish. So I'm gonna close to the collar as I can. I already took the guts out, so I don't have to worry about it. And I put it close to the bone and then twist. Press my knife very closely to the spine here. run my knife. Get the. Yeah, I can get nice. Without sacrificing a lot of them. Yeah, haven't filleted a proper sea bass or anything like this in quite some time. Oh, what? Good. Always this part I can't. Sometimes I want the belly, sometimes I don't want the belly. And I just cut the. There we go. Small fillet, but it's a clean fillet. Completely clean off the belly. Up to the table. Okay. Gotta do that one more time. It's always easier to get the second foot off. You're not really worrying about the other side. Off the top here, clean off the belly, later at least. And yeah, look at that. Dusted.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. This little stuff here I'm gonna save to make a fish soup, maybe. Once more, I'm gonna have to ask me. I have to like, hey, yeah, fish soup, your head soup that you made. I want to know how you make it. What do you put in it?
Just give her just poke her like, hey.
Poke her with a stick.
Give me the recipe. Come on, do something. This away. Now I gotta dispose of the body. I also got. By the way, Amina, if you watched, that was not meant in any kind of derogatory way.
Oh man, are you telling her to do something because she doesn't stream enough? Oh man, Alucard!
I wasn't saying any of that.
Man, Alucard!
You're the one who said it, not me. You're the one who said it, not me.
That's a roundabout way of saying, like, yeah, I agree, but, man. I can't believe this. Yep, at my 2 feet. Sorry, Abigail, don't watch this. Might be a little traumatizing. It's a nice thing, but still, I'm trying to miss something.
Yes. And you asked for it.
I did. But I kind of forgot about it. Like, oh yeah, that's right. It's gonna smell like fish now. For the next few days.
Fish is probably not an uncommon smell at your job.
Yeah. I mean, just because I'm nose blind still doesn't make it nice at home.
No.
Thank God I don't live with people. That's the more important thing I gotta worry about and think about.
You're right. Also, your model kind of broke. It's gotta smile some sort of. Okay, there we go.
Alright. The mess of scales isn't actually that bad. All things considered. Fish Kichi. That's fun. Alright. I think it. I just have to move this away somewhere. Wait, let me get that real quick. Gotta go off. One sec. I gotta throw the other stuff out. Especially.
Honestly, kind of glad that you threw that out. It was sitting for far too long. If you were to have sipped on that, you probably would have got sick.
Alright. We're just gonna finish off on one thing only, and I think it only makes sense to finish this out on one last thing. And that's is going to be my bread. Yeah, remember these? Remember my bread? Yeah, I let them rest. Now I'm gonna flour them, let them rest again, and then I'm gonna bake them off later today. So just flour them heavily, make sure they don't stick to my batonette. Okay. Here we are. It's nice that I did preheat my oven, because now I'm going to turn it off actually. And with the extra heat that's around, I'm going to let my bread have an optimal time to rise. And it'll just be a good time for the bread. Cover these again. Done. That's it. My meals for the entire day have been done. Well, not the day, the rest of the day.
Yeah, for the week.
Yeah. I'll be taking pictures of when they are done and all that stuff when I do eat them, because I didn't really take many pictures today, but you'll see them when we make them. Yeah. I think that calls it for the day, though. I think I want to go sit down and, like, relax. So, hi, Sprockets, again, by the way. I am back and inspired to start meal prep. Good, good, good. I'm so glad that this stream is actually inspiring so many people to do meal prep. Very happy. Make sure meal prep makes your life easier, and then it makes making food easier, and then you get better at it to cook, and then you start cooking more, and then next thing you know it, you're like Gordon Ramsay.
I have spaghetti. I might make some spaghetti and meatballs at some point.
I forgot what I was gonna make tonight, or if I made one of the food tonight. I actually gotta go check out my schedule that I did make, so I can actually keep in track of all this stuff, but we'll see. I actually can't remember. Just cleaning out my Dutch oven right now.
Clean as you go. This is a cardinal rule.
Yes. And the Dutch oven was the last thing to clean, so I have nothing else to clean. because I actually get some spam and I wanted to cook it. It's just that I made too much salmon, so hey, it is what it is. I'll have like a spam sandwich or something.
It had made spam musubi, but you didn't.
Right. Yeah, I definitely gotta do a sweep here. Maybe even get a vacuum. Messy, man.
I think I see some scales on the top of your stove. Not on your stove top, but on the back part, that little metal, whatever the fuck it is.
Great. Yeah, no, there are none here.
No, I'm talking about on the top. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there are none. Alright, well, here, let's just get to a different screen, shall we? Also, I'm gonna pull a chair. Wrong screen, not yet. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Here's good enough. It's just kind of weird of how my camera is positioned. Here, wait, let me fix that. Right. Well, that was fun. That was a good stream today. Next time, if I do another cooking baking stream, we're definitely gonna be making some apple and pumpkin pie though. You can't see Alucard right now because he is up there for whatever reason. Alright. Thank you all for tuning in today. Thank you for saying hi and hellos. Thank you for keeping me company, Alucard. I don't think if you were here, I think I'd be quiet the entire time.
Well, I'm glad to have been of help.
And yeah, I'm going to get off call, first of all. So I'll see you around. Bye-bye.
Let him out.
Bye-bye. And I am going to see you all later in chat. I'm gonna go lay down. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm warm and hot, and like I want to go like relax. So I'll see you around. Thank you for tuning in today. If you tuned in on Twitch, thank you for tuning in on Twitch. If I could raid on YouTube, I would. Actually, you know what? Hold on. How many people we got on the Twitch crowd? 3 viewers. You know what? That's 3 enough for me. Go raid someone. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do something different. I'm gonna say goodbye to you first on YouTube, so I will see you all later. And yeah, I'll see you YouTube crowd. I'll see you around. I'll send pictures on Twitter of what I've made. Bye bye. I'm laggy. Bye bye.